Black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face-to-face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S. African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. Diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, proved that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why Be Direct was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to Be Direct's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business life cycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, Be Direct Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African, continental, and country-specific, integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training, masterclasses led by African industry execs, and mentoring and coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to Be Direct Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, corporations. Welcome to Black Business Network. My name is Tyrone Poole, and I am your business moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, all cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community serving its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. Our next speaker, Grant McGall. Grant McGall is a dynamic and accomplished individual serving as CEO of 5-Star BDM, a leading marketing agency that excels in brand development and management. With his visionary leadership and strategic acumen, Grant has propelled the company to new heights, driving growth and success for a diverse range of clients. As a charismatic host of the popular podcast, Follow the Brand, Grant captivates audiences with his insightful interviews and deep industry knowledge, sharing valuable lessons and strategies, building and sustaining remarkable brands. With his passion for marketing and dedication to excellence, Grant McGall continues to inspire and empower businesses worldwide. It's my pleasure and Black Business Network's pleasure to present to you Grant McGall.
Hey, Tyrone.
Grant,
how are you
doing, sir? How you doing?
I am at your service. I am doing very well. Thank you for that introduction. I learned a lot about myself.
Hey, when we do Black business, we do Black business as big as Texas. So we do it big here. So everything about you, we want the world to know who Grant McGall is. So with that being said, genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I want to talk to you about, now you heard about I have a brand development company. I do a lot with personal branding as well as business development, and they work hand in hand. I've been doing business development for 25 years. I understand the sales process, and that is a necessity in today's entrepreneurial landscape. And a part of my strategy as I do business development is in personal branding, how to brand yourself in today's business market. It's so important. One of the last speakers that was on talked about being visible. You have got to be visible in today's world. It's not enough for you just to send out emails. It's not enough to make phone calls. It's not enough. You've got to be visible, I would say, on all the social networks, and not just your content, but yourself. You're going to be able to put yourself out there. People identify with brands that have a pulse, that have a meaning, that have a purpose. So when you think of things like, what Elon Musk has several businesses. He is his own brand. He's doing Tesla. He's doing SpaceX. He's doing Twitter. He got to start doing PayPal. But you know him when you just say the name. That's his own personal brand. Oprah Winfrey is the same. She had the Oprah show for many, many years. She owns the network, but people identify with Oprah Winfrey. She is the brand. You want to be the Elon Musk and the Oprah of your own brand. You need to be the spokesperson for what it is that you're promoting, whether it's your product or your services. You need to be out front and telling your story and telling your why. So we're going to talk about personal branding. There's a lot of misunderstanding, I think, when people hear about, personal branding, that means I need to have 1 million, billion followers and that type of thing. And that could be further from the truth. True, there's people that do that. There's social media darlings that are out there and they're promoting themselves and they get 1 million followers and they do that type of thing. But for the average person, that's not going to be the case. And that is not the goal of personal branding. Personal branding, the goal is about promoting your services and your product for a purpose. What is the purpose that you're fulfilling? And who's telling that story? People trust other business owners when they understand what it is and why you're doing what you're doing with your business or service and how that can solve a problem for themselves, right? So it's not enough just to put some information in front of them. You've got to put yourself in front of them. And in today's world, you've got to be able to do that digitally. You still do it physically. There is no greater word or a way to do business development than face-to-face. That is not going away. That's still your best option. But you can't always do that. So you've got to be able to brand yourself to a level to where someone's going to want to meet with you face to face. Because the first thing someone's typically going to do when they hear about your product or your service, or even yourself, is that they're going to look you up on social media. They're going to do a Google search on you, or Bing search, wherever that might be. They're going to look you up on LinkedIn, and you've got to be able to show up and show your professionalism and your skill set. You've got to have a story that resonates with them for them to then take the next step and go deeper with you, right? They're going to look at your website, take a look at your products and services. They're going to take a look at the testimonials. And today's testimonials aren't just, anybody can put up a paragraph or something like that. Hey, so-and-so said these great things about me and you should try it too. That's easy. No, what they want, video testimonials. They want somebody, a live person, saying, hey, Grant McGaw and 5-Star BDM were able to solve this problem for me. I recommend them for you. That's what you're looking for today. It's not enough just to have text testimonials. You've got to have video testimonials. This is very important as you start developing your personal brand, and also when you start to manage it. How do you manage your personal brand? So I got my start probably about 4 or 5 years ago talking about the personal brand space. And it came to me really from my own network. I went through a layoff at a Fortune 500 company. The entire division I was working for was just gone. It was just that, you know what, we can no longer afford to do business the way you've been doing business. You're caught up in this wave. And I'm not the only one. Things happen like that. That's business, right? But what do you do next? Who are you? If you're only the title on your desk, and that's the only way people know you, what happens when that title goes away? What is your reputation? Who are you? Well, this happened to me. And what I found out was, and when I went to a convention, I think it was a convention or a conference, the following month or so, people were coming to me and say, hey, Grant, I understand that you're a free agent and that you're out here looking for your next career move or your next business move. What are you going to be doing? I said, well, I'm thinking about this or that. He said, you know what? I love how you've already built out your network. I love the way that you already are branding yourself. I love the way that you present yourself and the way you do business. How can I do business with you in your market in South Florida? I was like, wow, that's interesting. He said, yeah, I have a small business, but I'm in California. I don't have exposure to the market that you have already built out in South Florida. How would you like to do or be a fractional business development manager for me? And this is what got me started and got the wheels turning in my head about what I could be doing next. I could be being a business development manager, which I've really been doing my entire career, but I can do it for not just for one company, but for several companies. And that's where 5-Star BDM was really born, for business development. And then people were saying, wow, you really brand yourself at such a high level. I really like your personal brand, what your most valuable asset is. And I said, you know what? Why don't we change it from business development manager to brand development master? It gives me a more broader view. It starts to really differentiate myself from any other competitor. And then I started to do research. You've got to do your research and understand, once you've identified some of the branding things that you're doing, or your skill set that you have, you got to take it to that next level and really do your research. So I started to read as much as I could around personal branding. I knew a lot of things about business development, but I didn't know a lot about personal branding of itself. I needed to understand that. And one of the persons that I came across who was really as known as the one of the originators of personal branding is William Arruda. He's the author of Digital You. It's a book. You can go out and get it. It's a great book. And the thing that he said that really caught my attention was that personal branding is your most valuable career asset when you know how to uncover, express, and nurture it. It's like, okay, now you've got me. What is this all about? And one of the things that they had in that book was about having a 360 viewpoint of who you are. It's an assessment, right? You take this assessment of how you see yourself, but it doesn't stop there. You need to send that to 10 other people who are your peer group, some of your friends, associates. You want people that will give you a truth assessment. Somebody's going to tell the truth about how they see you, how you're showing up from a business standpoint, from a career standpoint, from a relationship standpoint. So this is going to be able to give you a true, I would say, tapestry of your brand in its current state. How are you showing up? How do others see you? How do you see yourself? And what this does is now it helps you to differentiate yourself. And now you're able to leverage. You're able to leverage the information because you're going to find out about your character. You're going to find out how people view your competence, what type of charisma that you truly have, how you're showing up from a personality standpoint. You're going to find out who you are and what you do and why you're special. Now, this kind of information is invaluable. Where are you going to get this kind of information anywhere else that's unbiased and it's going to give you a true viewpoint of how you are, right? It's going to give you a litmus test for what you're going to be doing. Because if you take up any kind of business adventure or even a career venture, you want to see if other people are seeing you in that type of capacity. Because if you find out that, wow, people aren't really seeing me the way I'm seeing it, I need to understand it. Not to say you need to stop doing what you're doing, but you need to understand how people are viewing you. So you like, okay, I need to shore up in these areas. I need to bring more visibility into this area if I'm going to pursue this long term. So that's going to be very, very important because without personal branding, so important, without understanding who you are and how you're viewed in your marketplace, you will become a commodity. And that's different from anyone else doing what you do. You're not the only marketing person out here. You're not the only finance person out here. You're not the only business development person out here, and so forth and so forth. What makes you different? What makes you unique? And the way you solve business problems is what your brand is about. And that's what you should be leading with in your messaging. All right. So without that, you're going to have a disadvantage when people compare you to others. That's the natural thing to do. When you start looking at, once someone becomes aware of your product or service, the natural thing to do next is to compare. What is the comparison? And if they cannot see any advantage of you versus someone else, you're already losing your leverage. So that's very, very important. So the other thing, not even from a business standpoint, but let's talk about a career standpoint, that you don't want to lose out on those opportunities. There are career opportunities that are out there. If you're not visible and you really don't know your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, your SWOT analysis, the basic understanding of yourself, you're going to lose significant career opportunities. And that is a fact. Right now, I remember the first time I went, I think it was in 2014, and I went out for a corporate training. And we stepped into this room. Usually when you go to training, it's very, very basic. They're going to tell you who all the different executives are. They're going to tell you about some products and services, and they're going to give you really the playbook of the company and what you're going to be doing for your particular role. That was not what I walked into in 2014. They sat down and said, look, if you sell the way you've been selling, you're going to lose in today's market. Remember, this is 2014. If all you're doing is emailing your potential clients, if all you're doing is making phone calls, like cold calls to your potential clients, and if all you're doing is going to networking events and trying to meet particular prospects, you're going to lose. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. You've got to understand social selling, digital networking. You need to understand these platforms like LinkedIn. Once you know how to digitally network, all your prospects are right in front of you. So why are you running all over creation trying to find them? They're there, but how are you showing up? And when at that time, he said, take a look at your profile. So, I go look at my profile and it pops up and I just look very, very ordinary. I had a full body shot. I didn't even have a tie on. My about section was just my regurgitated resume that was there, and everything was just pretty much standard. There was nothing outstanding about it. And then he said, take a look at your prospect. Who are you trying to get in front of? I said, yeah, we want to get in front of the vice president of information technology to talk about, the sales and service that I have. So we'll take a look at your prospect. What do they look like? Wow, well, they got the, professional headshot, they dress very professionally. They've got a storyline there. They've got the full banner in the background. They look like, a full-blown movie star for what they were doing. And I said, why would this person do business with you? And the lights just went off. Had nothing to do with anything else other than I was very, very plain, very, very ordinary. I had nothing in common with this individual, and there was no reason for them to connect with me. So with that knowledge, you've got to understand you can't just claim to do stuff. You just can't claim to be in business. You can't just claim to be, going after a particular job or a career. You've got to be known for it. And not just you, other people are talking about you. Your reputation follows you before you come into a room. I think that's what Bezos said. What is personal branding? Personal branding is what people say about you when you're not in the room. You want to know what that conversation is about. You want to be able to influence that conversation. You want to be able to create a brand that resonates with your audience, even when you're not even there. That's what's so important about personal branding and where we need to get to. And how do you do that? Because it doesn't necessarily mean you know how to do it. And that's why you would come to me at 5-Star BDM and we would talk about these things. We need to define your skills. We need to understand what your particular market needs. And you need to understand what you're up against. What's that competitive landscape look like? And then let's take a look at your niche. We're going to choose a niche. We're going to find your voice that's going to penetrate that market and it's going to resonate with everyone involved with what you're trying to accomplish. And you're going to get to that next level. You're going to be able to get that appointment. You're going to get that opportunity. You're going to be able to win those bids. And when people talk about why they're doing business with you, they can go this, and this. They already know. You want them to know before you even walk in the room why you can help them on their particular journey. And that's brand development, right? We have to develop your brand to the point where you are well known. And that's part of the identification process. We got to identify and really take a look at that audience and see what's going to work at the optimum level. We need to understand your unique value proposition, your UVP, your big, bold statement, what you do better than anybody else. And we got to lead with that. We got to pound with that. That's going to be the way that you move your business forward. And you've got to answer why you are the go-to person. You are the subject matter expert. You are the thought leader. You got to be able to answer that. You got to know your strengths. You got to know your accomplishments. You've got to go after those accomplishments, because if you're not getting the recognition and you're not expanding on the recognition, you're not putting out your own press release, right? You're not putting out your own social media blogs. You're not telling your own story. So important. And you say, well, yes, I am, Grant. Yeah, I think I'm doing that. Well, let's take a look, right? Let's take a look, because I can easily get on my computer, pop in your name or pop in the name of your company, Google you, and see what comes up. And if nothing's coming up, that's a problem. Or the things that are coming up aren't reflective of your professionalism and what you're doing from a business standpoint and the problems that you solve, and other people aren't reflecting and talking about you, that's a problem. We got to ask others about, who are you and what do you do? Where do you want to be? Where do you stand right now in comparison to your competition? Because that would be the next thing I'm going to ask you. Google your competition. Who are you up against? Week in, week out, month in, month out, quarter in, quarter out. What do they look like? How are they showing up? Because either they're going to be above where you're at, where you want to be, or you're going to find out, wow, they're either the same or worse. So now you have leverage and you have a way to move forward, but you need to understand your positioning in the marketplace, right? Because if you don't know who you are, people will look you up and they will find you. And once they find you, you've got to be able to tell them the story. You don't want someone else to tell your story, because that's what happens. It becomes a fill in the blank exercise for them. Who's Grant McGaugh? Well, I'm not sure, but his resume says this, his CV says that. There's a couple notes on here on LinkedIn, and and that's how it goes. You don't want that. You want excitement. You want enthusiasm. This guy was written about in Yahoo Finance. This guy was written about in the local newspapers. This guy had solved problems and led certain organizations. You want all of that to be readily available, not just on your resume, but in the digital community. Did you know that 70% of recruiters have rejected candidates based on information found online? 70%. And that's just not recruiters. That's people that are looking to do business. People that need your products and services. 70% of them will walk away from you without you even knowing about it because of your online presence. And you need to do an honest assessment of what that online presence truly looks like, right? Why? We just talked about job opportunities. You don't want to lose job opportunities just because you're not showing up digitally. You're not coming across the way you could, right? Promotions. You got to look at if you're in sales like I was, that's going to affect everything about a sales opportunity, right? Your sales pipeline. So you want to be able to advocate for a cause. You want to increase awareness. You want to increase influence. These are big whys of what you want to do. So leads that come out of social media, meaning people that look you up online, convert 7 times more than any other types of leads, because it's a type of word of mouth, and word of mouth, it's like a referral. And everyone knows if you've been in business, you're an entrepreneur, you're a solopreneur, that is your lifeblood. So why not increase that opportunity, expand your reach, right? That's what you're doing with personal branding. You want to be able to start building community. You want to understand all the perceptions out there. You want to use LinkedIn as your first impression, and you need to be able to build a dazzling LinkedIn profile. I have a course now. If you go to 5-Star BDM, you go into course, you're going to see a social selling course. I put that course together specifically for people that don't really know how to digitally network. It's very low cost. It's 5 modules with videos attached to them. They're going to show you step by step how to create, not only just create the LinkedIn profile, but actually how to engage and execute a digital networking strategy. Very, very important. So I encourage you to go to 5-Star BDM and take a look at that course. I'm sure you will find value out of that. You want to be able to leverage digital content. So you have to have beautiful pictures, rich media, great videos to engage your clients and tell your story. And you have to deliver this with a frequency. It could be a daily reach. It could be 2 times a week, but you've got to have something of presence out there that showcases your expertise and shows that you are a thought leader in your field. That includes a call to action. You got to be credible. You got to be, instill some curiosity into why I would want to turn the next page, to find out more about you, because you're so authentic and your appearance shows up and you got style. You got all of that is in how you show up. So you need to understand that you are in business of self-branding. You've got to utilize all the content that you can, whether it's you're doing it yourself or you're hiring an agency to do it, but you've got to have very vivid imagery, vivid and compelling videos, good text, and great audio to really get out there and do the best that you can. So I encourage all of you to understand what personal branding is and to take advantage of what we're offering at 5-Star BDM, because it's so important. It will help you. It's affordable. I put it together to help you. You're going to get my 25 plus years of business development knowledge and personal branding in one. You don't have to wait 25 years to understand this. You're going to be able to get this. And if you take me up on my strategy program, that's a 4-week engagement where you can take the social media course immediately right now and learn on your own pace. But I want you to take action. Don't just get information. Don't just listen to me. Apply the knowledge. That's what's important. I need you to apply the knowledge, because the thing that I see most often as I go through LinkedIn, and I'm on LinkedIn pretty much daily, is that people are not engaged and they're not showing up and they don't know how to grow their network. And I think the number one thing is they don't know the value. They don't see the value. You've got millions and millions of people right there in one profile. I remember back in the day, you had to go knock on doors. Numbers out of the phone book, and all this information is in front of you. Point and click, it is there. But you've got to be able to create conversation at a high level to involve your client in an experience that's going to help solve their pressing problem, and that's got to be seen in 8 seconds or less. Because they're not going to just keep going through all your information, because you're not interesting. They're going to keep turning the page because your information is drawing them in. It's drawing them in. And this is great intelligence. When you go to 5-Star BDM, you're going to see over 100 professionals tell their stories about how they were able to achieve their career, professionalism in their career over a long period of time to achieve that status, to get to a point of success in business as well as in their career that they have chosen. So all these things I've put together as a library of knowledge for you to get a better understanding. It's there for a legacy as our K through 12 children going in the college say, wow, what will happen as I get into college and I now take that next step to be at early careers? There's everyone on that show, I asked that question, and I guarantee you might have started in one direction, but you ended up in another. But you're able to leverage a skill within yourself that you didn't even realize was even there to get you to that other side, to get you moving, to get you motivated, and to have purpose in the direction that you've chosen. So I'm going to conclude here. We're going to bring back Tyrone Poole. And I'm hoping that everyone got something out of this particular session on the Black Business Network. I love being on the network. It has definitely afforded me a lot of visibility and been able to tell my story. And I've gotten so much feedback from a lot of the audience that have tuned in and said, Grant, I just didn't know about that. I didn't know about this. I teach about technology. I talk about business development. I talk about business and technology and how that all comes together. I talked about personal branding, what branding is all about. People confuse branding and marketing. They're two distinct, different things. All these things are not only just told by myself. As you get into my podcast and then my weekly TV series that comes on Wednesday nights, that you hear from masters of the craft themselves. I have people from all over the world that come onto the Follow the Brand Take TV or the Follow the Brand podcast and tell their story because they know the purpose behind it, why it is so important. And not important just for themselves, for self-promotion, but to inform the public about all these different things that we have curiosity about, things you will not see on the nightly news because for whatever reason they don't feel that it is important enough to inform the population. So here we got Mr. Football himself. How you doing?
Grant, how you doing? How you doing? Again, thank you for that wonderful presentation, full of information, I'm like, if you didn't get anything out of what Grant just said, then I don't think you want to build your brand, right? But I did overhear you say a few things, Grant, that I'm pretty sure there's some people who probably just popped on, or maybe those who were not paying attention. So I was paying attention. So you mentioned truth. Okay, truth. I heard you say that in reference to branding. Now, when you go to talk to someone and you've been a guru in what you do, now, how many of your clients can handle the truth when you tell them your brand needs to be redone? The truth is true that you have a brand, and it's true that you are doing what you need to do, but the truth is it's not good enough. How do you handle situations like that?
You know, that's a great question. And I handle it the same way I got handed the truth. And that is to see it for yourself. See it for yourself. When I was in that training class for this Fortune 500 company, they didn't say, Grant, your professional LinkedIn image is horrible. They didn't say that. They just said, take a look at yourself and take a look at who that you are wanting to work with. And can you see the distinct, stark difference and contrast here? And you need to make a self-assessment. A lot of times when I work with individuals, it is about a self-assessment. But I work with them in such a way, I'm not here, I don't bash people. I just demonstrate if you are going to be the best in class, in your particular service, this is what best in class looks like. And do you look like that? It's a very stark comparison. Here you are, and I'm gonna go to, because I like Tyrone. Tyrone is really cool. You see all those trophies back there. You see all those helmets back there. You see that's when you get to the NFL level, you are best in class. You just can't show up and say, yeah, I play football. Well, there's a big difference. You going out there and saying you play football and saying you are the National Football League professional player. And I'm sure coach has got to come up to you and like, Tyrone, you see this guy over here, we call him Revis Island. You know what Revis Island means? This guy is in his own world. This guy's a professional. He's at the highest point in the game. In order for you to compete, I need to see you at this level. And either you're going to do what it takes to get to that level, or you're going to just try to skate by at where you're at. Would you agree with that?
That is a perfect assessment. And that is exactly what I was trying to get out of that question, because so many times, Grant, people don't want you to tell them the truth, but they say they want to be the best without the truth that you're not the best. And it takes a while. It takes certain types of mindset, mostly self-correction. And a lot of people don't want to do self-correction. So that's that truth. They just want you to tell them what's true. Yes, you have a brand, but the truth is you need to work on it. Grant, another thing you mentioned level, next level, right? Now, my question to you, what is the most important thing that you would tell? Maybe it's 1, 2, 3 things that you would tell a entrepreneur or a business person. This is what you must do at the next level in order to continue to maximize your brand. Because a lot of people feel like once I make it to the next level, then it's like going downhill. It's Wednesday, it's hump day, so I don't have to do no more work. But when they get to that next level, what are a couple of things that they have to make sure they keep in mind that you got to keep this going?
Here's the biggest thing. If you take away anything from what I just talked about, you need to understand your audience. You need to understand their goals, their aspirations, their pain points, what they're going through, where they're at in their journey, because at some point you want to inject yourself into their story. If you do not understand your audience and their experience, what you are doing in your branding is not going to be effective. That story has got to mesh. You got to make them, because they become a part of your team. You're not doing this by yourself. You're not just personally branding you. You're personally branding the idea. And you want to, here's the other, I would say number 2 of that equation is that understand the problem. You need to understand the business problem that your target audience has better than the solution that you're offering.
That's good.
If you can do that, you will be successful.
That's good, Grant. Well, you just heard it. You got to be able to handle the truth. And I'll sum it up in one word where Grant is saying on the second portion, you got to make adjustments, people. You got to be able to make adjustments. So, Grant, how can people get in touch with you? How can they get this more personal one-on-one intimate sessions with you?
Everything you need is going to be on my website. That's the number 5, STAR, STAR, BDM. That's B for brand, D for development, M for masters.com. You can send me an email. You can see all of my shows. They're going to be on Follow Brand TV on YouTube. All the replays are right there. And I'm live every week. I encourage everybody to tune in.
Well, again, thank you, Grant. It was an honor, full of information, full of wisdom, and it is true. You are charismatic. So thank you, Black Business Expo. Thank you, and thank you for myself. So thank you, Grant.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Wow, branding. That's what it's all about, people. Well, hey, you know the reason why we're doing this? Not only to help you with your branding, but also Black Business Expo's mission. What is the Black Business Expo mission? The mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. That's right, they start early. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Now, you may go to, and I encourage you to go to Black Business Expo USA.com. Again, that's Black Business Expo USA.com to donate to the scholarship fund, or you can use your Cash App. That's right, Cash App. You don't want to go to the internet, go to your Cash App, right? Go to your Cash App, and you can actually go $BBX USA. Again, that Cash App is $BBX USA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 people to 10 students. Students, you can register online at blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar we get, every dollar that you donate to the scholarship fund helps everyone be better. So we want to thank our Black Business Expo USA sponsors for July 2023, NC 100, Moody Capital Partners, Suede Soul, Lotus, Rich Coaching and Training, Carolina, Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council, Step Management, BHS and Associates, Margie Meline Foundation Incorporated, Genius is Common, Earth Essentials, Madeline Shoney Global, Executive Women Success Institute, the Quality Coaching Company, Super Women Business Services, Creative Forces Studios, Lee Entertainment, Artistic App Design, Black Business Expo USA, Genius is Common, and I'll see you on the other side.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
Building relationships to get you known, get you connected, and get paid.
I'm Ramon Ray, founder of Smart Hustle Magazine and smallbiztechnology.com.
You're here today to celebrate small business success. Stand up on your feet. You rocked the house. It was amazing. Didn't we learn? For me, success comes from failure. One thing not to do is shake somebody's hand like this.
I was born in a little village on the island of Haiti. Many deadly diseases pounded me. It is as if they were on a mission to end my existence on this earth. I refused to give up. In 1983, I left Haiti and came to the United States of America. And I came with $5, 2 shirts. I didn't speak any English. I came to Atlanta. I got a job. I was a doorman. I was a doorman with a dream. What I used to come on stage. I'd rehearse this moment that I'm standing in front of you. That's the power of a dream. Maybe today is the day you begin acting as if you already have it. And then step out with full force. Take a risk. No condition is permanent. Don't let your situation distract you. You are chosen. You are called. You are born for a purpose in this life.
Over the past few years, we've seen the growth of existing and new initiatives focused on financial inclusion, building global networks, and reducing the wealth gap in response to the idea there's not enough seats at the table. Whether their outcomes are to increase the representation of Black executives on corporate boards, ensure an inclusive global economy, or to create new U.S. African commercial pathways, the strategies are often carried out by separate programs. The question is, should they be? With the continent of Africa being home to more than half of the world's fastest growing economies, the youngest workforce, over 400 companies generating more than $1 billion annually, 700 generating more than $500 million annually that are poised for growth, and being the destination of nearly $5 billion in venture capital in 2021. Diversifying U.S. and Africa commercial engagement by building bridges between African businesses and their U.S. diaspora should begin being seen as mutually beneficial. From helping to reduce Africa's enormous capital gap to catalyzing two-way trade opportunities, the COVID-19 global pandemic hopefully has taught us that global challenges and opportunities are more interconnected than we thought. During the pandemic, African companies like Unicorn Flutterwave, insurance provider Reliance Health, ride-hailing app Yasir, and 54Gene, the continent's first bank of DNA on people of African descent, proved that when African companies have access to networks, capital, and information, they grow big, grow fast, and create solutions that are valuable to the world. This is why Be Direct was created. We are the first U.S.-based but African-centric board preparedness and board search company designed to connect U.S. Black talent and corporations to African businesses. Unique and fundamental to Be Direct's success is our process of helping board candidates adapt their experience and networks to an African context before they're connected to high-growth companies that are looking to locally and globally scale. From our focus groups with African business execs and government leaders, we don't ignore the sentiment that business is easy, but people are hard. Having a pool of board candidates with hard-to-access networks and extensive experience across the business life cycle, including successfully raising capital, is table stakes for an initiative like this. So yes, we have that. But corporate or entrepreneurial success in the U.S. does not guarantee success in Africa. Developed alongside industry partners on the continent, our training program, Be Direct Prep, is designed to transpose their experience to create cultural comfort, understanding, and a commitment to helping businesses in Africa scale. Our board governance sessions are African continental and country specific, integrated with cultural awareness and dexterity training, masterclasses led by African industry execs, and mentoring and coaching from African continental-based facilitators. But even more unique to Be Direct Prep, we cap off our training program with an immersion trip to help candidates that have not been to Africa before see and feel Africa's complexity and opportunity from African soil. We all know traditional network-based board placement has historically left a lot of us out of ever really being in the paid board pipeline. Our strategy supports the work of many great organizations that are successfully filling seats at U.S. board tables by creating more tables for those that are still left on the sideline. It's time to start seeing the role and value of U.S. Black talent and businesses on the continent of Africa differently. Old perceptions and habits limit economic inclusion. Let's transition Black talent and the African businesses they will support from the periphery of the global economy to its core. Living in a global lockdown, we all know now how fast local and global economies can change, and see the value of having businesses that hire, strengthen local value chains, and even grow globally. Status quo in any form holds back progress. We must democratize U.S.-Africa commercial engagement by socially and economically connecting cultures that have long been disconnected. It's time for Africa's U.S. diaspora to redefine their global value by helping African businesses scale continentally and globally.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
Hello and welcome. Good evening. Welcome to Black Business Network. I am Tyrone Poole. Thank all of the business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations for joining us. I am your business moderator for this evening on Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, and entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, all cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. You're going to love our next topic, our next speaker. The next speaker is going to be talking about the importance of selling to grow your business. Our next speaker is Mark Blocker, founder and CEO of Big Block Athletics. Founder and CEO of Big Block Athletics, founder of my foundation, MSW.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
The Black Business Expo's mission is to raise funds for high school seniors going to college or K through 12 entrepreneurs. This expo is a fundraiser for students. Please, you may go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com to donate to the scholarship fund or use the Cash App at $BBXUSA. Our goal is to give laptops and up to $5,000 to 10 students. Students can register online at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com. Every dollar counts. Please donate to the Black Business Expo USA Scholarship Fund.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children with caring mentors and hands-on activities with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
I'd like you to imagine with me, if you will, opening an app where you can collaborate with like-minded individuals from around the world, get inspiration and in-app tools to launch and grow your business, as well as share your knowledge and earn compensation, all in one app. Well, the name of that app is Truso, short for Truly Social. Hi, I'm Matthew Newman, the founder and CEO of Truso. A new concept in social media, Truso is designed from the ground up to be a platform that's both social and empowering for all its users. How exactly do we do that? I'm glad you asked. First, Truso brings the world together via video. Psychologists assert that video provides a significantly more effective connection than audio only. When you enter a community on Truso, you're face to face. Second, on Truso, you don't have to have 1 million followers to monetize. Our business model allows all hosts and moderators to monetize, no matter the size of your following, by 1, producing fee-based content, and 2, inviting others to join the platform as subscribers. Even more, Truso has an in-app resource library with over 100 free resources, forms, and documents to help you build your brand and grow your business. Third, Truso is inclusive. The deaf and hard of hearing communities make up 360 million people worldwide. Unlike audio-only apps, Truso embraces this community, providing a networking platform that allows them to participate via video and closed captioning. We even have a deaf and hard of hearing foundation in the works as well. Fourth, Truso is both social and safe. We refer to Truso as a virtual extension of the beauty shop, barbershop, and brainchild of the community. A place where there's laughter, along with wisdom, growth-oriented conversation, and genuine connections in a safe space. Truso even has proprietary security to ensure we maintain a safe environment for everyone. Where are we at now? Truso is live, y'all. We've launched in beta and we're acquiring users daily. We have an incredible development and marketing team, plus amazing celebrity influencers at the table, helping us spread the word around the globe, beginning within the African diaspora and beyond by creating a safe space for growth, connection, and collaboration. We're truly excited about Truso. We've created something special for which there is a global market. And we invite you to embark on this journey with us as a shareholder. The future for Truso is truly bright. Join us and let's go there together.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Hello and welcome back to the Black Business Expo. I am Tyrone Poole. Our next guest will be doing a fireside chat with Grant McGall. Our next guest is Dr. Alexis Weeks. Ms. Weeks, Dr. Weeks is a data privacy champion who believes that everyone should own, control, and determine the way their information is protected as well as processed. With 20 years of proven experience in the information technology and risk management arena, she brings forth a lot of information. So it is my honor and my privilege and Black Business Expo's honor and privilege to introduce to you Dr. Alexis Weeks.
Mr. Poole, how are you doing, sir?
How you doing, sir? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm blessed.
Thank you for being here, sir. Thank you. Grant, as they would say, welcome back again. And
Thank you.
I'll pass it over to you, Grant, for this great fireside chat with Dr. Weeks.
Absolutely. Hey, Dr. Alexis, how are you doing?
I'm blessed, man. Good to see you again, as always.
Always good. Thank you for being on the show. You know, they say there's a shortage of Black technologists, worldwide. And I'm blessed to know a lot of them that are, and you are one of them. You have been in this particular industry for a very long time. You've chosen cybersecurity as your go-to expertise. You're now, I think even now that you're pursuing a JD in cybersecurity. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, I'm doing a JM in privacy law at Florida State.
Wow, that's awesome. And you do a lot of other things. Talk to us. You came to me like, Grant, I want to talk about reciprocity, which is the theory of reciprocity. And we're talking about how it contributes to career development in the field of cybersecurity, and how, you can both an individual and a corporation benefit from its application. Let's start the conversation off there.
Sure. So when we think of the theory of reciprocity, it's the old adage, right? If I help you, you're inclined to more or less return the favor, right? So the whole perspective behind that is, if you invest in my, let's say you invest your time in helping me, I could either in turn around and help you in some way, or I feel inclined to be able to return the favor, right? And if you think of that from a cybersecurity perspective, the ability to address risk at the end of the day is a joint effort, right? I can't do it by myself. You can't do it by yourself. But if I'm able to give you the skills or the tools or some guidance, you may be able to duplicate those efforts. Each one teach one, more or less philosophy.
I like that. I want to talk. Do you have specific examples? I know last time you were on the show, you had brought another, I think one of your students here. So you were working together. There's some collaboration going on. I think you're an inspiration for her and vice versa. Talk to us about each one, teach one. It is a philosophy, and it's how you improve your cybersecurity measures and safeguarding critical infrastructure. But what is it like in practice with the theory of reciprocity? Can you give us some context around that?
Sure. So when you think of the theory of reciprocity from a cybersecurity perspective, one of the things we always look at is the whole issue is, am I swimming alone? Is there an opportunity for us to collaborate? Because when you look at an attack perspective, no one attack is going to be exactly the same. And if there is something that I can learn from you to be able to share with another business, right, from that perspective, they may be able to address the risk much sooner or much quicker, and not go through the same fate another organization might experience. So when we look at the whole process of reciprocities, the more information and knowledge that I can gain, that I'm able to share with somebody else, it helps them to increase their awareness, right, of the challenges that the business may face today. And then by being able to put together strategies, we may have some level of success in terms of an attack, in terms of the success of the organization being able to operate, and just creating this pool of knowledge sharing within the industry that maybe help us to be in a better position overall.
Well, I'll tell you, Dr. Alexis, cybersecurity for a lot of people is intimidating. A lot of people are I think that one of the earlier speakers talked about that because of COVID, there's been an 800% increase in usage of the internet.
Yes.
So internet's been around 20 plus years, but it just took 8 laps that it was being in use before. So now you've got a bunch of cyber hackers because it's a treasure trove of information. Plus, there's a lot of bad actors out there. Help us, when you look at this from a cultural lens, people of color and specifically people of African descent, are they going into the field? Are they intimidated by, they feel they got to be, have so much knowledge about IT from a technical standpoint that they don't want to go into the field? Talk to us about how they can get involved and kind of demystify some of these things in cybersecurity.
Sure. So I think when if I was to look at the field over the last 10 years, I think one of the success metrics that I've seen is the whole issue of mentorship, right? From a cultural perspective, individuals like to be able to see themselves represented. So when you look at organization and those individuals that are at the top, they may think of it as a scarcity, but there's a lot of brothers and sisters who's in positions across the field. The challenge is that sometimes you just don't see them or you just don't know them. I remember when I was running a local organization here in South Florida for many years, I had the opportunity to just reach out to individuals who was doing big things within the space, right? Who happened to look like me. And in my situation, I've had some success in the sense of being able to just reach out and say, hey, I'm putting together this program. I'm trying to make sure that there's representation across the field when I go and select my speakers, when I select my topics. Would you be willing to come? Right? And he just said yes. This is a person who's at the top of his game based on previous roles that he was in, and up to today we still kind of communicate. He's like an older mentor who have some expertise, so I lean on him a lot. So if I'm going to do some speaking and it's a topic that I know he's very versed in, I'm able to reach out to him and say, hey, I'm trying to find a speaker or need you to be in a panel, and he's just willing to just, if he has the capability and the time, he'll just show up, right? And that's a great opportunity when you look at the whole process of reciprocity, because if I have something now, because he has helped me, I'm always willing to reach out to him because I understand some of the things that he's trying to put together. And Michael Eku, and Eku is a gentleman that I've worked with a couple of years back, and we still remain close. He's doing great things within the business, and he happened to be someone that looks like us, right? So being able to reach out to him, on a cold call, as you may call it, right? Yeah. And just say, hey, I'm trying to put this together. I know you're doing great things in this space, and I think it'd be a great opportunity for you to share that message with others. And then he was able to, to step up to the plate and do that. And I'm forever grateful for him, right? From that perspective.
Having a culture like that, or cultivating a culture of reciprocity. So when people get involved, they're like, look, we're all going to learn, but we need to give back. That is awesome that you feel comfortable that you can reach out. You can see this person has certain cultural foundations similar to yours. And we need to cultivate this, not only, at the professional level, but at the academic level, at the K through 12 level as well, so that our community can truly understand these things. Because the more we're involved on the internet, utilize these things. You're utilizing email every day, you're utilizing social media every day. I know myself, I get like probably 4 or 5 we call them phishing with the PH, phishing emails every day. I've learned to click on it first and see where the email was actually coming from, the actual email address, before you go all the way in. Talk to us just a little bit, take a little time, just talk to us about etiquette from cybersecurity so we don't get hacked and then, have major issues with your device.
Sure. So one of the things, the first thing you start looking at is be mindful of what you install in your device, right? Make sure you go to your device. Always check for location data. Many applications may install with default settings. So one of the first things that you do is going on and say, okay, what are these applications asking for? So for many years, if you remember, there was a time where I think there was a flashlight app that was collecting your location information, right? This is a free app. And the concept from a security perspective become, why would an app that is just used to shine a light need to know where I'm at, right? From a location perspective. So you need to be mindful of those things. I think today, like you rightfully say, we're doing a lot more things online now, right? So if you go back to your concern about phishing, obviously be mindful of what you're receiving. And remember, sometimes through AI and other technology, your eyes themselves can deceive you, right? Because there's enough tech to be able to manipulate what your eyes are seeing. And, you talk about not being able to click on that link and being mindful. So if you're not expecting an attachment from me, why are you downloading that email that has an attachment? right? Because the whole idea is to have a trusted relationship sometime between the persons, so they can mimic my email or my voice or something that I send you an email, say, hey, Brigand, here's this invoice for some business that we are doing, right? And if they in fact know that we are doing a business, that may be a better opportunity for you to open it, right? Like recently, I was reading an article or going through a video where an individual was talking about how they got hacked, right? You receive a notification from an external counsel saying that there was some litigation or something with work, right? And here was the thing, and there was going to be a case filed against you. And being a savvy professional, the first thing he did was go to the website to search for the name of this company, which was a fake, right? So they start up a fake attorney's office with an attorney with certain types of case. And this individual was talking about how they went there and they actually clicked on this link that had like the type of cases that the company had litigated, only to realize that, the fish may have not been the email, but now he went to the website and downloaded this link that now compromised his endpoint. And there was a keylogger that was dropped on his device at the time. So like you rightfully said, I don't think we're at a point now where everything is about just bad grammar in emails. I think at the onset of this business email compromise culture, a lot of it you could see right away. The language doesn't look good. It seems out of place, but now they can, duplicate your domain, put a 1 for an I, and just basic things that would make it seem so close to you, right?
Yeah.
But as a cybersecurity professional, one of the things that I always say is, if it is up to the organization to make sure you don't click that link, right? If you're going to allow Grant to click that link, it's too late, because you're now leaving it to the customer to not take action to do things that they would do on a regular basis, right? And that in itself is a risk to the business, as opposed to putting together solutions that would address that risk before the email actually gets to Grant.
These are so important. I see you with Cyber Minds Research. I want you to talk to the audience about that, because it's so important. We want to start really cultivating the culture of this reciprocity. Sorry, mispronounced that. But we want to institute some culture. You're giving back to us now. What would you like to give back? Tell us more about Cyber Minds.
So CyberMind Research Institute is an organization where a couple of my doctoral friends decided to kind of, put together. It's a nonprofit organization, and the goal is to be able to work with organizations who may not have the technical skills or financial resources, right, to be able to address that risk. So we have, past CEOs, industry professionals who can kind of come in, have that conversation and, discuss, what are the ways for you to be able to address risk. And then as part of that, we also have a learning an educational module where the goal is to be able to go there and help others increase their knowledge, maybe through security awareness training. Some of us are teachers at different universities across the US, and we may be able to bring those expertise in topics around, I do a lot of stuff around data privacy, governance, and risk. But you have folks who may be having educational background, who may have HR leadership background, or who may have AI and other types of expertise within the group. And the goal is to be able to just share that knowledge, right? To be servant leaders. At the end of the day, we are at our midpoint in our career, and our goal is, how do we get back? We do a lot of speaking as well, like, opportunities like these, to be able to go there and, share knowledge. We believe that the more knowledgeable the community is, there's an opportunity for everyone to be able to make better decisions. And then I think on the onset, we talk about our own data. My focus has been around data privacy, in terms of research perspective, in terms of how organizations use data, right? I think there are some challenges when we look at the concept of fundamental rights. What is a user's rights around the ability to govern how their data is collected and processed. And today, when we look at the market in terms of where it's going, I think you start seeing it from the concept of data being valuable, right? And what kind of constraint should be put in place to kind of govern how that data, is used, right? You always hear the concept is that if you're not paying for it, it's free. If you're using a services and you're not paying for that cost, there is a trade-off, right? So as a user, you need to be able to have a better control around how that data is protected, and what kind of control you can kind of establish in terms of how you share data.
This is very important information. I want to talk about what's top of mind right now, especially from a data perspective. New technology, artificial intelligence is taking the world by storm. Chat GPT, you've got Bard, you've got Jasper AI, you've got probably now 100 to 1,000 other AI companies have just jumped out everywhere, where they have the capability of duplicating your voice, capability of duplicating your visual, your video, to make it sound like you, to make it look like you, but it's not you. That sounds to me like it's turning the cybersecurity world upside down. What's happening?
Well, it is, right? I think when you look at a lot of the stuff on the generative AI, a lot of the conversation that we've been seeing in the research field has talked about there was an initial expectation that that would be readily available on 2030, right? But I think ChatGPT has kind of set the world on fire as it relates to, I would say, the regular Joe being exposed to the technology, right? Because the idea is that there are many organizations that's been using this technology for a long time, like chatbots and all those things are not net new. But what you're seeing is that with the advent of a lot of these AI and ML kind of organizations, what does it need is a lot of data, right? And at the backbone of this organization is an organization that have access to a lot of data will be able to advance much faster as it relates technology. So when we as customers start putting our data out there in the metaverse, the challenge is like, how could you put controls around that, right? So the adaptation right now, even when I look at it from a chat GPT, there is a give and a take as it relates. Some individuals have not a optimistic view of the technology, but as a professional, I look at it as technology just reinforce what I already know, right? And it sometimes may bring in some data that may be redundant from that perspective. I look at it from a long-term perspective is around whether we're going to get to a point where those types of technology can be trained on consensual data. Right. So the challenge that we have today is that because a lot of it is using, OpenAI and other organizations that may be using data that's, publicly available. Right. So you think of it like Google. Google, if you put something on the web, the chance of it being indexed by Google is very high. Right. Unless you kind of lock it down and determine how can it be indexed or not indexed. So many of the technologies like doing those things around duplicating the voice and duplicating the eyes and other things. That's why it's going to become important long-term as we start looking at some of the controls that we put around it. Because remember at the onset, I said, sometimes things that you see, you have to do a second guess, right? So it becomes that trust and verify before you really think, is that voice on the phone Dr. Weeks or not? Or could it be an AI, right? And then then you just start listening. Okay, what is it asking me to do? Is it something that Dr. Weeks would ask me to do, kind of stuff? And then, hey, let me pick up the phone and call Dr. Weeks. Even if I get this email or I get this link to take action, there's still the whole trust but verify. And if we take that approach as we move forward, I think we'll be in a better situation to address the adoption of AI and some of these technology. You just got to be mindful of what you're willing to share, right?
This is so important. We've got to have our online etiquette, and just understanding what is in the public domain and then what is private. And if it's public, that means it's shared by everybody. So you want to make sure the information out there you're putting out there is shareable. Yep. And then when somebody is sharing something with you, like you said, trust and verify. I really like that. Trust and verify what it is that you're looking at consuming, because there's bad actors out there. The internet is the World Wide Web. That's what WWW stands for. And we always hear about these countries in Eastern Europe, for whatever reason, that these are these major hackers that are out there. And it seems like they've made it almost like their mission in life, a game to like, how can we disrupt the Western world and their engagement with IP or internet protocols and see what that looks like. As a cybersecurity professional, would you consider yourself? I've seen these people; they have these hats on. Sometimes they're a white hacker, they're a black hacker. Help us understand this cybersecurity culture.
Well, I wouldn't consider myself a hacker. I don't think I have the expertise to call myself that. I think when I look at it from the perspective is, my goal is to work with the organizations to put the barriers in place that at least slow, the hackers down. Because, research, when we go back and look at it from research, most organization that's impacted by an event, it means that the perpetrator has been in your network for a while. So whether you think of it from a 6 months to 18 months before you actually detect them, the challenge is that they've been there for a while. You think of it from a military perspective. A lot of it, if they break into your environment, it's just a matter of, can they get out, right? So I always say everyone will have an incident. The question is, when you do have an incident, is your environment fortified enough that if they get in, they're not able to get out, right? So the concept is that, the first stage of the hack is just to exfiltrate, right? And once they exfiltrate, the idea is to bring the payload in to be able to understand what your network look like, where the weaknesses are, and that's where they're spending the time finding those vulnerabilities, right? But when you look at it from a cybersecurity hygiene, if you're doing basic things where you as an organization is going out and trying to find holes in your network, right? Why would you not be investing that time? When you look at some of the incidents that have occurred in the past, a lot of it is because of basic things. An individual didn't patch this server. And with the adoption of cloud services, what we're seeing in the market today is that everything is moving online. Everything is moving so quickly. And sometimes the individuals managing those networks really don't have a solid understanding of how system networks work, architecture work, security work, because we're trying to move so fast and it's so quick for us to adopt these technology that I call it like the click next, folks, where you click next and you just can configure an entire environment and you're up online immediately, right? But the challenge with that is that you haven't really gone through the security hygienes, looking at some of the NIST best practice, CIS controls, ISO, and other things to be able to secure that environment. So there is the issue of speed to get online, but then there's the issue of the efficiency and the security of the environment that we're going to now put online. Because like I said, if you put it online and you leave it open, it is going to get indexed. And if it get indexed, then know that information end up on the dark web, or if you're not secure in your environment, what you see happening is an individual get that information, they dump it, or they send you an email, hey, Grant, this great organization you're trying to build about business branding, I just want to let you know I have a copy of your entire database.
Yeah.
And in order to not make me expose some of your proprietary information, you need to pay me a certain amount of Bitcoin, right, to be able to address that. When you as an organization, you should have been taking those steps to secure your intellectual properties, limit who have access to what. So it comes back to that basics hygiene again, that if you're following some of those, defense in depth approach and least privileges and some of those basic concepts that we learned in Security 101, it becomes an easier challenge for you to address the risk as an organization. But if you move so fast, you're not really spending the time around who have access to what, and you are not able to see the attack. And by the time you discover the attacker has been there in your environment for a very long time, right? So how do we address that? Through awareness, through best practices, to make sure you have your Patch Tuesday stuff tight, right? Make sure you're running vulnerability analysis and make sure you can see, who's on the network. And if there's anomalies, you should be able to detect that. If Grant decides he's logging in tomorrow from a country outside of what is expected, you should be able to detect that because he ain't on vacation there. And if he's on vacation, he should not be able to connect from certain places. Right. So when you have that mindset of thinking, security is everyone's responsibility. Right. Today, I think there's a perception that, just the security team is responsible for the security of the organization. But you would want the same experience as the security guard who's sitting at the desk watching the person walking in who doesn't have an ID or who looks out of place. Right. and be able to detect those anomalies. Like, hey, you know, everybody comes in, should have a badge. This guy say he forget his badge, or I've never seen him before, right? So just being alert and looking for those small little things is how you can kind of avoid some of the challenges that may come. Like even at home, if you think of security just like home, if you're not on your computer, there's no reason why you should be online, right? Yeah. So maybe like, you know, as soon as I get up from my computer, I disable my NIC, right? So I'm
You just said it. I want people to understand what he just said. When you're not utilizing your computer, turn it off. Right?
You got to think of it like that. So, you know, just like your house, you wouldn't leave your door open, and you wouldn't leave access to your most expensive watches, Grant. You know you're a man of many nice things. You would want to make sure you secure those, right? So even if somebody was to break into your house, they shouldn't be able to get to some of those things.
Great analogy. Great analogy. You would not leave your house without locking it. And that's so important. And here we are. Some people, I say a lot of people, don't realize that if you're in a corporate environment, they usually, depending on how big you are, they'll force you to change your password, at least quarterly. But in small business, solopreneurs, you know, it's up to you. Talk to us about some of those bad habits.
Sure. So, you know, it is like I remember a couple of years ago when I was doing consulting work, one of the challenges that we would work with some small business, right? And, you know, we had this one client who I would say who had given away $500,000. Let's just say giving it away because they didn't have appropriate controls in place to detect it. So they had an incident to phishing, and the culprit was able to be in the network for a while and kind of see how email is communicated, how vendor asks for invoice and stuff to be paid. And they were able to kind of replace the banking and routing information on one of those transactions. So when the invoice came in to be paid, they went in, they set it up, went into the email because they had sent an email asking the contractor to provide information to be paid. And when the email came in, they inadvertently changed the account number and routing information. So when that in the organization set up the money to be paid, and then only to realize later when the person said, hey, you know, I have not been paid. And like, what you mean? We already set it up, and here is where it was, here the money was sent there. But the challenge is that in that situation, they should have had an additional control where while they're setting it up, maybe an email is sent to the person, right, to verify it. Or there was an additional person who can set it up, but for the payment, it needs to be somebody else who's in an additional, maybe the CFO position to be able to validate that, you know, this is right before it is paid. You know, in situations like that, a small compromise for that organization is tedious, right? As a small business today, you know, your responsibility is to be able to do what you do best, not worrying about security. And, you know, that's the idea behind Cyber Minds and organizations like that, to be able to provide some kind of educational opportunity and teach people these basic things, right? Because when you have a situation where an organization is breached like that, right? Think of it as a small business, right? You own a small business. Imagine if you were to lose $1 million, right? That can be devastating for a small business, right? Yeah. And then they may not be in a position to be able to withstand the kind of attack that maybe a Microsoft can, or not a large organization can. So in that sense, it's more or less is very important for organizations like ours or yours to be able to have the conversation with small business and say, hey, you know, basic things we need to take, right? And there are some of them are mom and pop, right? Most organization in this country is, you know, a small business form the backbone of what we do every day. So many of them are not going to be in a position to respond to or address some of the risk that, you know, adversary may just be targeting you.
Well, I tell you what, I've learned so much. I'm going to start turning my computer off because I let it just like the screen go off, and you know, I just leave. So I'm gonna have to turn it completely off. So
start there at least.
Yes, and before I turn you guys completely off, Dr. Weeks, how can people get in touch with you again?
So people can get to me through LinkedIn, or they can get to me through organization Cybermind, AP Weeks at cybermindinstitute.org, or they can just reach out to Grant, and Grant can connect them.
Wow, that is awesome. Again, I'm going to turn my computer off completely, and I'm going to turn you guys off completely. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being on the Black Business Expo.
Attention all entrepreneurs and companies. Are you looking for reliable and efficient virtual assistants and back office support to help you manage your business tasks? Look no further than Superwoman Business Services. Our team of virtual assistants provides a full range of administrative support services, including operations management, social media marketing, and much more. We also offer website design services to help you create a professional online presence that reflects your unique brand. In addition to administrative support and website design, we offer business development and structuring services to help you grow your business and achieve your goals. We'll work closely with you to identify areas of improvement and develop a customized plan to help you reach your full potential. At Superwoman Business Services, we understand that running a business can be overwhelming and time-consuming. That's why we're here to help you fly high and achieve success. Our virtual assistants are highly skilled, experienced, and dedicated to providing you with the support you need to thrive. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights. Let us help you become the superhero entrepreneur you are meant to be. Contact Superwoman Business Services today to learn more about our back office support services. Come fly with us and take your business to new heights.
This is Dr. Arnold T. Petsworth. He's the owner of Petsworth Vet World, a veterinary clinic in Hopton, Connecticut. His patients include dog, cat, frog, fish,
Goldie,
dog, and this alpaca. Due to doctor-patient confidentiality, we can't tell you their names. Business at Vet World was steady, and then quarantine hit. Neighbors brought new four-legged friends into their homes. Bunnies. Bunnies everywhere. Dr. Petsworth welcomed these new patients with open arms. The only problem? There were more appointments than he could manage. That's when Dr. Petsworth turned to his American Express business card, which offers spending potential that's built for his changing business needs. He decided to hire a new assistant, Julio, and with spending power built for business purchases, he used his card to furnish a new exam room. Together, Dr. Petsworth, Julio, and American Express Business made sure all the pets of Hopton got the love and care they deserve. And everyone was happy. Get the card built for business by American Express.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am Black business. I am Black business. Are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world.
How you doing? I'm Rodney Allen Rippey. Yeah, the child actor. Well, now, leading man. Some of you might remember back in the day, the Harlem Globetrotters popcorn machine. Remember that? Well, it was a Saturday morning special that would come on, and I was there with Geese and Tex and Meadowlark Lemon. Remember the show? Well, I had a great time. And I have to say a huge, huge thank you to all my fans out there. Thank you for all the years of support. I went on from the entertainment industry. I started getting into producing and directing. And now, hey, here I am. I'm a studio executive here in Burbank, California at 2526 Studios. I have to say, it's been pretty good, but the best is yet to come. Please stay encouraged, keep reaching for your dreams, and never forget that genius is common. Remember that. Genius is common. No matter what anyone says to you, no matter how tough the road may get, keep striving, keep reaching for your dreams, and always know that you are worth it. Everything that you put into yourself, everything good that you pour into your life, you are worth it. And when the times get tough, when things don't go exactly right, it's okay. Dust your shoulders off. Stand up strong. And remember, genius is common.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she she wants to be the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
Hey guys, my name is Caden. I'm the CEO of Caden Teaches, and my genius is teaching kids about financial literacy. Throughout my financial products, such as my financial flashcards, my activity book, and my newest project, my financial bus, which I bought. And on the bus, it has a mock bank where kids will learn how to deposit and withdraw money, a mock grocery store where kids will be able to learn how to have a family budget, and a mock stock exchange where kids will even be able to learn how to invest in stocks. Now, I decided to start teaching kids about financial literacy because I find that most kids graduate high school without even knowing the basics about financial literacy. And I feel if I were to teach kids about financial literacy, that I would be able to help kids tap into their genius. And I actually learned about financial literacy to my dad because I would go to business meetings with him, and I would always see that they were talking about financial literacy. And at that point, I didn't understand what financial literacy was. So I took it upon myself to learn about financial literacy and teach it to kids in a way that they could understand. But I want you guys to help me help kids tap into their genius by going to my website, cadenteaches.com, and you can sew into me in my financial bus by going to my GoFundMe link. And remember, if Caden can, you can too, because genius is common.
Hey, Ivanka Farabi here. I'm the founder and executive director of Beyond the Shackles. We're a nonprofit that instills hope in the incarcerated, disenfranchised, and their families. But we don't stop there, because what we know is that you don't have to spend one day behind physical bars to be in shackles in your heart and your mind. And we help people to rise up. What is my genius? I'm a life elevation coach and strategist. I'm a motivational speaker, and I help people to navigate the difficult terrain of adversity. Do you know that you can build the most beautiful masterpiece from the rubble that might lie at your feet from the most difficult of times. Well, you can. And I help people to walk out their God-given plans and find their genius. Why? Everybody has genius, because genius is common.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she is what she wants to be, the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show, 15 Minutes of Success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as Books to Boom Your Business and Bring Who You Are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black Business. I am Black Business. Tell me, are you Black Business? I am Black Business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black Business. Black Business Expo. one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black Business.
Good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to Black Business Network. My name is Tyrone Poole. I am your business moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, all cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to empower, inspire, and educate businesses about business. The next speaker is going to talk to you guys about the importance of selling to grow your business. That's right, the importance of selling to grow your business. Mark Blocker, founder and CEO of Big Block Athletics, also is the founder of my foundation, MSW Ambassador, Success Coach, Community Leader, Crowd Investor. Mr. Blocker is from Armadillo, New Mexico. Did I get that right? Armadillo, New Mexico. Well, he's the youngest of 6 children, 2 sisters, and the rest are brothers. And he comes from a military family. And I just want to say thank you to your family for all of the services that have been rendered. I now present to you the CEO of Big Block Athletics, Mark Blocker.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you being here. And I know you're going to give us a lot of information about the importance of selling to grow your business. So with that being said, I'm going to give it to you, Mr. Blocker. And remember, genius is coming. And I'll see you on the other side.
Thank you. All right, so thank you everybody for coming on to Black Business Network. I'm happy that each and every one of you are tuned in every month, or at least tuned in at least once to this great networking site. I am happy to be here as always to present my topic. This is going to be, I think this is the 3rd time I've talked about this, so let's see if I can go with a different angle. If I say the same thing that I said either last week or the week before, just be patient with me, because as I believe personally in personal development, so I believe that there's still more to learn, even though I have basically achieved every avenue of success you could think of in the realm of business and entrepreneurship. I've basically done it all you could think of. I've grown my team to, I have no idea how big it is. I know it's well over 200 employees. That's just in Big Block Athletics alone, because I also have Mark Blocker Success Coach Enterprises, and that's a large team in and of itself. So however big my team is, I have no idea, but I do know I have mainly developed an entire large team, and across all of my organizations. So even the portfolio companies as an angel investor. So I own a lot of businesses, and I got a lot of companies. So I got a large team, and they are very well self-led at this point. My businesses are thriving because of them. So if I say anything that I've said last week or the week before, just be patient with me. All right. Sales is by far the most important aspect of any business. If you're in a position now where you're just starting out, Sales, you must know how to sell. That is that was my biggest skill in business entrepreneurship, because I had no prior experience in building a business. Because even before then, I worked before then I was working at a local McDonald's, and even before then I was in sales and marketing, and that was basically the only jobs I could get. Yes, I have a college degree in the medical field. I have really two, and so I have way more education enough to be able to be a medical professional. However, just because I have no experience working in that field, this is basically the best route I could go for the achieve my dream of being successful in life. Anyway, it's still up to you to make sure that you are doing exactly what you need to do to succeed. Sales is by far the way to go. You really wonder, why sales? Why not marketing? Why not advertising? It makes absolutely no sense for somebody to hear about your business, but you have a product or service that people that generally don't want, or that doesn't help them in the long term. Being able to sell is by far the greatest thing out there. You might be wondering, so how do I do that? Simple. My best bet is to tell you to improve your sales skills. There's multiple audiobooks. There's multiple books you can read, physical books you can read. There's all kinds of information out there today. This time period is the age of information. Example, this network, my business network. So it's important to utilize every avenue you can to grow your own business, because that is ultimately what is going to take you from point A to point B and beyond. Being consistent with improving your sales skills is what will ultimately help you in growing your organization. People, it's an age-old thing. Everybody wants to be associated with a winner. However, in order to get that point, you have to really do what is necessary for your success. And that is by improving your sales skills, learning how to sell, and that way people will be involved. First of all, they'll purchase your product. Secondly, they want to be associated, they want to be involved with you in other ways, whether it's working for your organization, all kinds of things. So, and by being able to sell, you will ultimately be able to have a great business that could possibly live on for a very long time. Of course, success is never guaranteed for anybody. It doesn't matter whether you're seasoned, whether you've been in business for over 20 years, or whether you've just been in business for 2 years, or however long you've been in business. The success is never guaranteed for anybody. You must constantly improve and continue to grow in order to build your own business and succeed long term. The number one way to do that is by sales. Everything else comes into play. Marketing, yes, because people hear about it. Advertising, yes, so it can get out there. Anything else, but sales is number one, because first and foremost, there is no business if you're not selling anything. And ultimately, even if you have something that you're trying to sell, if it's not making money, you really don't have a business. At the most, all you have is if you're a brick and mortar, all you have is a building. And if you're e-commerce, all you have is a website. Anything else, that's all you have. No employees, no products movement, nothing. All you have is just a website and just be you behind a computer. So, or just you renting a building or whatever the case may be. So sales is by far the most important aspect of any business. It doesn't matter what kind of business it is, as long as you know how to sell, great things will come. You will be very successful in business if you consistently know how to sell. I chose to constantly improve and develop my skill set so that I can make this I can keep this going as long as possible. because I've built BitBlocker Alert from scratch. I built my Blocker Foundation from scratch. I've built Success Coach from scratch. So my thing is, I had to be really consistent with how I do things, and I knew that sales is by far going to continue to keep me in business, because if any of my organizations go, it's going to be a rough road. So I'm cautious about how being cautious about sales and being consistent with sales was what's going to take my business to the next level. Even though we've gotten all kinds of awards, we've sold numerous of products. We've done it all. So anyway, it's important that you understand that sales is by far the most important aspect of any business, because it is. If you know anything, everything else is to help with that, but ultimately, sales is number one. You might be wondering, what should I do to improve my sales skills? Why is sales important in business anyway, when everything else should be matter equally? Simple. It's because without sales, you can't do anything else. Sales is like an engine to a car. If it doesn't have any oil, the car goes nowhere. And if you try to drive without oil, then it breaks down. You have to get a new engine, which costs a lot of money. It costs way more money to get an engine for a car than it does to buy a brand new one. So if you really care that much about that car, then you're gonna spend an arm and leg to get an engine fixed. However, if you use the car for what it's designed for, or even the reason why you bought it, then the best thing to do is just go buy a new one, because one is more cost effective, and two, it would look even nicer. So both ways work. Business is the same way. If you're not making sales, you can try to keep running your business without any sales, but at that point, the only thing you're going to do is you're going to destroy a lot of things. You're going to destroy people's lives. You're going to destroy your organization. You're going to destroy organizations. So many bad things are going to happen if you keep doing with it, because if you want to fix it that bad, then it's going to take a lot of repair. But at that point, the best thing to do is to scrap it and start a new business, if you do it that way. Sales by far is the most important if you want to prosper and become successful, because if you don't, you'll ultimately be a failure. People won't treat you with great respect. If you try to drive a car without oil, it will break down. And of course, you had to get rid of it. And that's going to cost, because that's going to cost more money long term. Just like if you try to run a business without any sales, ultimately, and you try to keep it going without any sales, ultimately you're going to end up with bankruptcy. You're going to be bankrupt because you're going to lose all your money. You're going to have no money at all. It's just going to go flying out the window, and you have to start over from scratch your whole life. So just keep that in mind. Bankruptcy is the ultimate failure, because if you try to bounce back in entrepreneurship, you're gonna have to wait a long time to do it. But it's still possible, but you're gonna have to wait a long time to do it. And is it really worth that risk to really take it that far? Should you really take it that far? Think about it. Should you really take it that far to try to learn, try to sell, try to build, keep a business going without any sales? Really? Do you think that's a smart idea? So to continue to grow your business, even if you're seasoned, it doesn't matter how long you've been in business, continue to master the art of sales. Because sales by far is what will ultimately get you to a place of success. You will be able to buy all kinds of things. You'll be able to have a great life, because let's face it, especially for people who look like us, if you don't have any sales, if you have any money, especially with the way history has been over time, nobody would care. No one care about you at all. Nobody. You would be left. You'd be done basically. It just be yourself. So, sales by far will keep it going. I understood that early on because I said that was really the only business skill I had was just sales. But over time, I had, like I said, I had to learn how to build a business, and I did. But I still kept sales as number one because without sales, it doesn't matter. Even if I had all that other skills, it wouldn't matter. If I knew how to advertise well, it didn't matter. If I had great leadership, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. It doesn't matter. All that matters is one simple thing. Well, the great leadership skills. It doesn't matter. All that matters is one simple thing. But didn't know how to sell. None of that would have mattered because sales precedes everything else. It's the start, and it keeps everything going long term. So. I think there's a lot of great things with sales. I actually am fond of sales. Sales is great. That's why I try to have the best sales team I can have, especially my VP of sales. She's amazing. She's an amazing woman. So I think she's amazing. I think she's great. So I believe that that having the best sales team will keep Big Block Athletics going for a long time. So that was why I was so cautious about make sure my sales team is on point and bringing the best salespeople, both in sales and in leadership for my VP of sales, having both great sales skills and leadership skills to be able to not only teach her team and within my organization about selling, but also making sure that she has great leadership skills. So that way they will take her seriously and instead of me having to constantly go out there. So it's great. Sales by far. That was why I said, but if you're growing your business, you got to be able to sell first. Once you get to a place of success, then you got to know how to look for the most top talented salespeople to be within your organization. That way, your organization continue long term, and you can be an actual CEO of your organization instead of just being a freelancer or just a person with a job. So that is how, or regular job, I should say. That is how I say grow your business. Sales is important because sales keeps everything going. Sales is what gets it started. Sales is what builds momentum, and ultimately, sales is what will keep it going for a long time. It's sales by far. It's a game. You're gonna have to keep going at it. It's gonna keep happening over time. And one of the things about sales is it's a people skills. You gotta be able to sell well. You be able to do well. So success. So ultimately, yes, being able to sell is what we'll be able to. You'll be able to do well. It's consistent. You must do and let's say what it takes to succeed. Because you have to care more about your own success than anybody else does for you. That is the ultimate thing you must keep in mind. Because if you learn how to sell, you will do great things. So that is why sales is important, because without sales, nothing else matters in business. It doesn't. You won't, if you're starting to grow a business, you won't be able to hire anybody because you don't have any money. You won't be able to. You won't even be able to attract top talent, let alone do an interview process. Because if people see it as a terrible business, they're not going to be associated with it. So yes, sales is that important. So it's really that important. Everything else is great, but sales is number one. Keep that in mind. Sales number one. Keep striving to succeed because ultimately it's your business and your business only. Or unless you have a partner, but I do it all by myself. I'm gonna just say speak as if you're just doing it you. It's just you doing it by yourself. Sale, you must take care of it yourself and care about ultimately your own business because really it's your business. Who care? If you don't care about it, nobody else will. So you ultimately got to care about it. If you care about it, other people will. Will it be everybody? Probably not. But the people who should care about it would. If you care about it, a lot of people will. That's ultimately what will happen. So keep that in mind. And the only way to do that is by making sure that you're trying to bring in as great amount of money as you possibly can. And the way to do that is by sales. And once you have an organization, you got to boost your sales team to the max because those are the people who will keep your business alive or even help it thrive. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Really, what are you going to do? Are you going to take what I say and everybody who spoke on Black Business Network and apply all this great information out to apply the great information to your business and try to become as successful as you possibly can? Or are you going to just look at it and say, it's great entertainment and I'm not gonna great entertainment I'm listen to it's great to listen to, but on that I'm just gonna move on. If you do it that way, the only person who's really hurt is you. Yes, you. So you're really the only person that you're hurting. If you don't take this information that I and others are giving to you within this network. You decide what you're going to do. It's very possible. It's very great to be able to sell and do great things. If you want to build a great life for yourself, master sales. If you want to be able to do all kinds of things with your life, master sales. If you want to have more free time, more freedom to do what you want, even with having a team, master sales. It all stems from the sales. Simple as this. So you must decide what you want to do. Everything stems from that. So think about it. What kind of sales are you looking for? Are you looking to grow your sales? Or are you looking to are you looking to grow your sales? Which everyone says yes, but your actions got to dictate it. Because just saying yes is not enough. You got to actually take that and do something with that. Action speaks way louder than words. So saying yes is obviously a start, but just keep it going. Keep it going. Just doing something with it. Just say yes. Do more. You're gonna do it. Just say yes. It's your decision. It's your business. You got to make the decision whether you're going to really take it or you're going to do it or you're not going to. Choice is yours. However, sales, remember, just keep in mind that sales is ultimately your decision. Sales is ultimately the biggest aspect of keeping things in line. So keeping businesses going and ultimately growing your organization, because sales is what will not only will make your organization bigger and greater, it ultimately will keep you in business. Not only in business, you will ultimately be successful at it. Sales will continue to keep your business going. Just well. You must do everything you can to make sure that happens, because it's ultimately your responsibility. And so, being able to sell was what is a big concept of taking responsibility for your own business, for ultimately your life. But this is business, so your own business. Continue constantly continue to do great work. Sell. Learn how to sell. It's important for your business because it will keep you in business. I knew that.
Well, yes, sir, Mr. Blocker. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing all that wonderful knowledge and information. Whether it's the first time, the second time, regardless, information is very vital. And sometimes, people hear it better the second, the third, the fourth, or the 10th time. So again, I want to thank you for being here. Where can people actually get in touch with you?
They can get in touch with me through my email, markbsuccesscoach@outlook.com, or they can contact me at 586-888-3134. And there's also I also have different websites, and they also contact me on different social media platforms. The best place to start is my Facebook, my business page, which is just my name, Mark Blocker. So yes, that's another way too.
And again, I want to thank your family, your military family. I want to thank you guys for your support of this country. But I got one question before we let you go, right? What was it like growing up the youngest of 6 kids?
It was by far, because they were so much older than I was. It felt like my siblings felt like they were third parents, really. So I really interacted when it came to interacting with them. I interacted with some of their children. Some of their children were more like my actual brothers and sisters, but they actually were my nieces and nephews. But my younger nieces and nephews, I'm actually uncle to them. Even my oldest nephew, he's the only person who doesn't call me uncle. But all my other nieces and nephews do. They always do call me, Uncle Mark. But my oldest nephew never does. Just call me Mark because we're so close in age.
Well, you're such a great success coach, community leader. We want to thank you for sharing your information. And remember, genius is common.
Thank you.
You are in the right place at the right time. The Black Business Network opens again for its Black Business Olympics, a 24/7 broadcast on business, strategies, global branding, social media marketing, finance, advertisement, and much, much more. Featuring the top, most powerful entrepreneurs and speakers and thought leaders from all around the world as they gather together for this phenomenal event. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the metaverse, STEM City, USA, Black Multiverse, Pod TV, Roku, Hulu, iHeartRadio, Apple TV, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Google Podcasts, Facebook, LinkedIn, IBM TV, Spotify, and Twitch. Tune in today and be a part of this amazing movement. The Black Business Olympics welcomes you.
What if you could build your own city? A place where every child can find nurturing people to help them achieve their full potential. A place where every adult can access job training support. Where health education is abundant. Where social justice ruled the land. A place without limitations. Welcome. You have arrived at STEM City, USA. It is what every city should be. A safe and trusted community where you find people and resources to help you become everything you are and beyond. STEM City is unlike anything you have ever experienced. It is a digital twin of the world around you, only better. STEM City is about energy and soul renewal. It is more than a digital world. You can almost feel the power of live cultural events, music, and theater. STEM City promises a better future for children, with caring mentors and hands-on activities, with dedicated tutors to support our youth. STEM City is your passport to a healthy lifestyle, with weekly events addressing our community's many issues. STEM City is your financial well-being, with helpful information on wealth management, career advancement, job training, and so much more. STEM City is the community you deserve. It is the city where your dreams can come true. STEM City USA, a place in the sky that is accessible to all who reach for the stars.
Are you aware that showing off your expertise can gain customers and position you as an expert in your industry? Consumers need confidence to purchase, so let us showcase your knowledge by interviewing you for a 3 to 5 minute video. We'll position you as an industry expert with a customized interview-style video, and for a limited time, we'll cover all production costs. Click this ad or call now for all the information. You'll want to experience the same 5-star service our customers love. So take advantage of this one-time offer. Click this ad or contact us now.
Did you know women represent just 3% of Fortune 500 CEOs and less than 15% of corporate executives at top companies worldwide? Have you wondered what the secrets are to getting into the top ranks, whether in the private or public sector? Do you want to figure out how to stop being held back in your career or passed over for promotion? Then you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Dr. Madeline Ann Lewis, President and CEO of the Executive Women's Success Institute. I have decades of experience in the military, the federal government, and corporate America, and my mission is to help women succeed and tap into their full potential. I want to reach 1 million plus women around the world to become the leaders they are meant to be. So if you want to move into a management or executive level position, or maybe you are a female veteran transitioning out of the military into business entrepreneurship, then reach out to the Executive Women's Success Institute at 301-693-3284. Let us get you on the fast track to success.
Hello, my name is Kiasi Helm and I'm 14 years old. I think my genius would probably have to be setting goals and achieving them. I say this because ever since I was young, I always wanted to be an author, and at age 11, I ended up achieving.
Hello, my name is Rochelle. I am 11 years old, and my genius is entrepreneurship, and my genius is comedy. I have been hard at work, and my genius at the age of 8 when I asked my parents to buy me an ice cream cart for my 8th birthday. Why? Because I love ice cream, and I knew that 99.9% of the world loves ice cream too. I started my business because I wanted to make my own money, give to my school's missionary, help my family, and buy my own toys. While working in my Genius, I have learned a lot about business and what it takes to be successful. I quickly learned that hard work, determination, and perseverance are the standard qualities you need to succeed. However, in my 4 years as a business owner, I have learned things that you can't learn from a book, like the true meaning of customer service. Great customer service is how you sincerely say thank you to each person who spends their money with you. I have learned that there are more people praying for me to succeed than those who are not. I have learned that people are always watching and are expecting great things from me. I can't imagine letting them down. I have learned that I must lift as I rise, and that I must be my brother's keeper. I have learned that it is very important to give back to the people, the causes, and the community where I live. I have also learned that once I become a billionaire, I will be well on my way to becoming a billionaire and to changing the world by providing jobs and opportunities to others. I'm Boshell, the little icing cube, and my genius is coming.
Hello, this is Israel, and I am CEO of Daydreams Interactive and author of Princess Planet. So, genius is common, and as a kid, I loved to daydream. Even as an adult, I love to daydream. And when my daughter became 6 and loved princess characters, but we just could not find the diversity that showed her, we created our own characters. So, for instance, you have Princess Nulu right here. Princess Nulu is from Uganda, and her genius is that she loves to take care of animals. She can actually even listen and hear what they say. And then we have Princess Isabella right here. Princess Isabella, she's from Cuba, and her genius is biochemistry. One day she hopes to eliminate disease. Then we have Princess Nia right here, and Princess Nia is based off of my daughter, and she is what she wants to be, the greatest dancer alive. So that's her genius. So what's your genius? My genius is my imagination. Genius is common.
The Black Business Expo is changing my life. This year, they are giving away laptops and even $5,000 in cash to students just like me. I'm Alexis, and I want to go to college to fulfill my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. Help the Black Business Expo going to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com and also becoming a vendor, a sponsor, or donating.
a child of the Most High God. He has gifted me in ways that I could not even imagine and didn't know.
There was a time when I didn't know who I was. I listened to other people tell me who I should be, what I should do. I listened to people telling me that I should be a boutique owner, that I should be a construction manager, that I should be a laborer. Have you ever felt like you should do something else, be something else, go somewhere else, be wherever you wanted to be, and you felt like you were in a box? Anybody in the room? And you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? And you kept trying to go and you couldn't get out? Anybody in the room? But let me tell you, you need to rock the box. Rock the box.
I am engaging, inspiring, and empowering. I would give you everything I know. Just by touching you, if I could, by osmosis, give you every single thing I've learned, I've gone through, I know I would. We know that's not possible, but as it is possible, I love to share information with people.
Some of you out there, people have told you that you can't be, you can't have, you can't do. But I will tell you, like Kinston said, you can, you must, and you will. If it's to be, it's going to be me. You got to say it. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be. If it's to be, it's going to be.
Barbara is because she believed what her mama said about her and not what other people told her.
Every day you wake up, when you're in a situation, it's your choice whether it's an advantage or the disadvantage.
She gained her confidence and her life, and now she is a testimony.
If I can help you elevate yourself, then I feel like I'm elevating my own self as well. What you know and I know together can change the world.
Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school, all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest Black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am Black Business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am black business.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep, I am black business. I am black business. Are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black America in North Carolina.
Join Dr. Eric Kelly III and a host of phenomenal speakers from all around the globe for this 7-day virtual event that you don't want to miss.
The mission of the Black Business Expo is to raise scholarship money from kids all the way from high school all the way from college. The Black Business Olympics is one of the largest black business showcases in the world. It is an opportunity for businesses and companies to showcase their businesses globally. We are going to be giving away laptops up to $5,000 away to students. Again, I'm Olivia Appleberry, the founder of 2 Cents Finance and one of the speakers for the expo. I am so excited to see you there. For more info, go to www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090 and hope to see you there.
I am black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am black business. I am black business. Tell me, are you black business? I am black business. Do you support black businesses? Listen, I support black business because I am black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of black business in the world.
Did you know that approximately 333.34 million businesses exist today, according to a report from 2021? And you may be one of those businesses, or maybe you're not in the business market yet, but you're aspiring to be a business owner. Well, guess what? You're in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, everything is about timing and opportunity. Hi, my name is Dr. Lotus Richey, and I'm the CEO and founder of the Lotus Richey Coaching and Consulting LLC, along with the Lotus Richey Ignite Show. 15 minutes of success with Dr. Lotus Richey, as well as books to boom your business and bring who you are. And today, I want to bring this amazing message to you about the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. See, the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics is designed to help people just like you, that's right, that look like me, to take their business to the next level. Not just in your front yard or your backyard, but globally. The Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics is designed not to just help you survive, but to help you thrive. So join us today as we come together with businesses all around the world to support our students, our children, our young teens, our young entrepreneurs. What we do is we come together to help raise funds for students who are aspiring to be business entrepreneurs, who are aspiring and who are thriving in college. We endow them with a wonderful opportunity to gain scholarship of either a laptop or several thousands of dollars. And we invite you to help be a contributor to this amazing opportunity to help someone that looks just like you. So join us today at our website and let us connect with you and help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life on the Black Business Network and the Black Business Olympics. I'll see you on the other side.
Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.
I am from Washington, D.C., but I was raised in Durham, North Carolina. I came to Durham when I was about 5 or 6, and then I traveled back and forth to D.C. because it's where my people are from. One of the unique things about my family is my mother, she's also an artist. She does quilting, and she does a lot of artistic things. And then my son, he draws with both hands, his right hand and his left hand like I do. So that's kind of a family trait. And then my other son, he's a videographer, and my daughter, she works, she's a regional vice president for Sunglass Lab. When you start out drawing and sketching, you want to continue to explore, you know, each avenue. I do pastels, I do pen and ink, I do painting, I do acrylics. I haven't done oils yet, but I try to do all facets of art. What I say to a lot of times to people is, you know, you can't put yourself in a box when you're an artist. You have to explore. And over the course of my life, I've tried to explore different mediums. I also do sculpture as well. I choose my subjects by the intensity that they have in their faces, or the intensity that somebody is moving, because I do more than portrait drawings. I also do I do abstract, and then I do figurative drawing also. Well, what happened in this particular show is that I started out trying to come up with something that would be a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. So I was working on a Barack Obama show, and they wanted me to do some paintings of Barack. And so what I did was, because of the deadlines, I kind of did it kind of fast. And then I realized when I was doing it fast, I enjoyed it. And so then I started doing other pieces the same way, and I started to enjoy those pieces also. And so I came up with this particular style, and it's a style of lines and colors. And what's interesting is that when I was in college, I did a show called Lines, Colors, and I talked about the boldness of the blacks, the hotness of the whites, and this is how this has come about, later on in my life. And the colors comes from a lot of the entertainers that I work with, where they wear different colors. They don't wear, your plain reds or your whites. They wear different colors, and so that's also another piece of what's giving me the colors. The subtitle of this show is Faces That Speak Life. That's real critical. Faces that speak life. Each one of these pieces is a life source and a life energy that's being put on display for people that are looking at them. I always say in terms of my art, it's not important that I draw them. It's important what you get out of what I draw. I don't try to just draw it because you like it. People wanted me to do prints. I didn't do prints. People asked me to do different people, but the people that I choose are people that make a difference in the lives of people in the world. So the human landscape idea was, again, as I say, the lines represent your emotions, it represents your ideas, and it represents your journey as a human being. And that's why you get the different pieces and the different looks. And as you notice, I try not to do one look that looks alike another look. And that's what's the most important part of this show.
Phenomenal Tanya T. Wise, who is here from the great state of Maryland. Tanya, welcome and thank you for being with us today. Can you indulge our audience a little bit and tell them just a little bit more about who you are and what it is that you do?
Well, I love being able to talk to people and have a magnetic attitude, being able to just show them. So I always like to say, level up is Coach at Tanya T. Wise here.
So can you tell our audience, just give them a teaser about what your presentation will be about?
So my philosophy is that we should all be living our dream life. So tomorrow I'm going to talk about how you start living your dream life. What are some of the things that you thought about in your childhood that you just kind of let go and dormant?
Wow.
And I want to reignite that and just give you some pointers and some tips, some tools, some strategies to be able to start living your best life now. And guess what, Akwanda? And leave an inheritance for your legacy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I know that's resonating with a lot of people. I've heard that you have a dynamic coaching program. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So our coaching program help people that have the lack of time, that lack strategies, and lack the confidence to go after their dream life. So we help them implement tools, we help them implement strategies, as well as give them resources so that they can live their best life now and leave that inheritance.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I love the leave the inheritance part. Listen, you are dropping some major nuggets, and I know a lot of what you're saying is resonating with a lot of people, but I think we're all curious. How did you even make this transition into the speaking and coaching arena? What's the story behind this?
So I started out in finance, and I realized that a lot of people don't necessarily go after their dream life because of the lack of finances or the education behind finances. But it wasn't until I lost my firstborn, my only son, that life changed for me. And where I was going after it all, living the corporate life, hit my 6-figure income and living in my dream house with my dream man, driving my dream car. I nearly lost it all when I lost my son. And so I realized it only takes one financial catastrophe that can change your entire life. That's what made me start All New Beginnings. Because no matter what's going on in life, there's a new beginning. And because of that, we develop a program called Wise Minded. My little slogan is, don't just dream it, let's live it.
If they want to connect with you or work with you, what is the best ways for them to be able to do that?
Well, for my social media guru, you can connect with me on every single social media platform as Tanya T. Wise.
Building relationships to get you known, get you connected, and get paid.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world! Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
Good evening, business owners, entrepreneurs, thought leaders, and corporations. Welcome to the Black Business Network. My name is Tyrone Poole, and I am your business moderator for this evening on the Black Business Network. The Black Business Network is a 24-hour business network showcasing Black businesses, business owners, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders worldwide. We have speakers from North Carolina, London, Singapore, Africa, Japan, and all cities all over the United States. The Black Business Network is a global community sharing its business knowledge to inspire, and to educate businesses about business. Our next speaker is Marsha Reeves-Jules. Ms. Jules has more than 30 years of C-level work experience, specializing in corporate and military marketing, public relations and communication, business and relationship development, and much, much more. Ms. Jules is also a radio and live streaming talk show host. Ms. Jules' company, Marshall Jules Company, LLC, MJ&C, is a well-honed marketing and communication machine. Can't wait to hear about this machine. We are excited to hear more about the services of MJ&C, what they offer. Now I present to the Black Business Expo audience, Miss Marsha Reeves Jules.
Well, hello, Tyrone. Nice meeting you. Thank you for the lovely introduction. I have another guest that we'll be interviewing, and I don't know how that we're supposed to merge. But in answer to your question, if you live long enough, you'll be able to follow some of your dreams, right? And you put them all together and find what is the deepest, most important thing in your spirit to do, the things that you love, and that's when it can be rewarding. If you aren't enjoying what you do, if you don't love what you do, if you don't wake up with this on your mind, then you need to find something else that fulfills you. And too often we stay in places way too long that don't fulfill us, and life is too short.
And that is right. Life is too short. So you're going to have a fireside chat. You're going to have an interview session. And when the guest arrives, I know that the Black Business Expo engineers are going to drop that person right in.
I think she's here somewhere.
Oh, wow. Well, we need to bring her on the set.
Okay. I think she's there. I just sent her a text. I don't know. So is she backstage?
But the engineers, I'm pretty sure once she comes in, then the engineers will bring her right on screen.
Okay, well, she's there, and she said she's unmuted the mic.
Okay, well, the engineers will bring her right on board. But
okay,
then what is, I guess, myself being a business entrepreneur myself, I'm a former athlete. I'm kind of going into that entrepreneur arena. And you mentioned some things that I actually believe in myself. Just I tell people you have to know who you are, what you have, and what you can do if you want to maximize your potential. And I think we have a lot of people who are allowing other people to tell them who they are, what they have, and what they can do. And I always tell people you got to date yourself in order to find out the trueness of who you are. And once you find the trueness of who you are, then I think you can maximize the God-given ability that is inside of you. So if what I just said, what would be some things that you would tell people that they can do to find more about who they are, what they have, and what they can do so they can maximize in the arena of business?
Well, I think first of all, you have to know who you are and what's your passion. You've got to find your passion. I love those big giant sheets that you can put on the back wall and write everything out, lay out your vision, create a vision for yourself, and then put action items to it. You have to believe what you want for yourself, and you have to create it. You have to develop it. And it's about that passion. You get that idea into your spirit, and then you have to implement it, right? Just like where we are today. Dr. Kelly said, okay, I see this, and I see people from all over the world coming and speaking. Well, you've got to put that strategic plan together and then be able to implement that plan. We can't just sit by and expect it to come to us. Sometimes we have to go out, show people who we are, and package it in a way that people will accept what you're doing.
And implementing that system, you have to start somewhere, right? So I say that to say this: how important is it? And our guest, Ms. Bird, has arrived, and I want to ask you this last question before we let you guys have your very enthusiastic and informational conversation.
Oh, it's nice meeting you, Tyrone, and thank you.
Thank you. You guys have a great interview, and remember, genius is coming, and I'll see you on the other side.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Good evening, Catalina Bird, who is a community activist. She's a political pundit. She's a political analyst. She has her hands in every corner of this state of Maryland and beyond. Don't shake your head no, because you do. You were involved somehow, some way. And
I left that all behind for food and comedy.
she does have a comedy show. She does have a comedy show.
Yes.
And that is really important, that you are following your dreams. So all of the things, so wait, hold on a minute. Are you saying then that the politics is over? We've shut it down, we've closed the door and lost the key, threw the way the key?
I closed the door in 2020.
So you're done with this, for real?
Yes.
Okay.
I cook food and I tell jokes.
Okay, so we like that you tell jokes. So let's talk about the food and the cooking first, because you're a chef and you love to eat and people love your food. And I, ladies and gentlemen, will sit at her counter and eat all of her food, and it's good. So let's talk about that. How did you actually get into this business, and where do you see it going?
So, okay. I am second generation political operative in my family. I was working on campaigns before I was old enough to be paid for them. I was an English major and my writing took me to radio. So I was naturally morphed into a pundit and an operative, right? And so obviously when I became grown, that's what, I decided to do. And then I ran for office a couple times, obviously didn't win. But it somewhere around 2010, right? Obama gets elected in 2008, and I watch everything I knew to be true about Democrats come to pass in 2010. And all the white Southern ones run away from him and ask him not to come campaign for them because they were afraid the first Black president was going to make them lose their midterm election. And the racism that was in that party that had been running the city that I grew up in as a Republican was on a national scale. The Tea Party gets born, and 2010 is when I decided, okay, I got 10 years left in me in politics, and then I'm going to go do something else. So in 2010, I made 2020 my bookend.
Okay.
I didn't know food was going to be next. I didn't know comedy was going to be next. I didn't know what was going to be next. I just knew how much of myself I was willing to give to the cause and where my line in the sand was. And that's how we got here. But 2020, COVID happened. The campaign didn't get to go the way it wanted to, whatever. Everybody thinks I'm joking. There's elections in 2022. People calling me like, Kat, can you do? No, I can't.
Right.
Because I don't do that anymore. But if you really love me and you want to support me, come buy this food. Come hear these jokes. I got 22 years in Baltimore politics. I have hella punchlines all day.
That's great. That's great. And, I think what's really funny is people don't even understand how you go from one industry to another. And at some point you get really tired and you have to stop, right? And find where your passion is. And so when you talk about your passion and your food, let's talk about that, because you're an excellent chef, right? Let's talk about how that works for you. And we know that you have a big project that's going to be part of this food story. Would you care to share that with us?
Yeah, so I'm working towards a campaign to get my own food truck. I've always loved cooking. I have always entertained at my home, even during my years in politics, holidays. I make up holidays just to invite people to come eat my food. It just brings me so much joy. It just really brings me joy. I have the right music, the right energy, all the ingredients, and just the silence that comes over the room when everyone takes their first bite is a beautiful feeling,
So how did you go from being a chef and going into a food truck? Why a food truck? Why not a restaurant?
So I have a lot of friends who have brick and mortar restaurants.
Yes.
Like our friend Kevin Brown at Nancy's Fried Snack, Terrence Dixon, Terra Cafe, Casey Jenkins, Darker Than Blue. Like brick and mortar is a difficult space pre-COVID, right? This is a difficult thing for a Black business pre-COVID. And then you add COVID. And so I just listen to my peers because they listen to me about politics because that's what I did. I'm not going to come into this space and be as arrogant to say, well, I'm going to be able to do a brick and mortar space better than they have. And collectively, they've got almost 40 years experience between them. If you're telling me, Kat, you want something more modular, something more tangible, more feasible, then I'm going to listen.
So when you think about a food truck, let's talk about what that really looks like, because what you're really saying is you have to get a truck and you're going to brand the truck. So what's the name of the truck?
Cat's Kitchen.
Cat's Kitchen, which is...
So one thing I did this year was I went to go work on someone else's food truck.
Oh, okay.
And I am so thankful for this experience because the advice I got from my brick and mortar friends didn't relay the same information because they don't have to deal with the mechanisms of a mobile kitchen.
Well, so what does that mean? What does that mean? The mechanisms.
Okay, so in my first week working on the food truck, I almost blew it up because the truck has to be off while the generator...
You never told me that.
Like, no, literally, I almost blew the truck up. I'm so, like, God be looking out for fools and children, okay? Something in me before I turned the key in the ignition told me, call my manager and just check, because it was cold. It was cold and it was raining. It was like February. It's cold and raining. I'm cold. You know I don't like to be cold. But the truck is running because we're preparing food. And you can't have the truck running at the same time that the generator and the propane tank are on. And had I turned that key, we might not be sitting here today. So it's a spatial, like differential. It's so many things that you learn being in the actual truck that don't apply in commercial or residential kitchens. And so I thank God for the experience. While I worked on it, I got to learn the ins and outs of that part of the business because Baltimore as a city, when we started allowing food trucks, we screwed up the variances. We're not like New York or Philly. You can't just get a license from the health department and park anywhere you want. You can't be on city property. You have to be the guest of a privately owned business. So the food truck I worked on, we were mostly at breweries who have private parking lots and they don't sell food, but they allow outside food. The Urban Access place, the Axtron place, or the other thing, I had to get an NSA clearance.
You mean that's NSA is National Science Administration?
National Security Administration.
Okay.
Because all 6 NSA locations in Fort Meade, their cafeterias don't have hot food. They're all prepackaged sandwiches.
Oh, really?
So Monday through Friday, they allow 4 to 5 food trucks who the people and the staff have gotten clearance to come. You can make $2,500 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on one lunch shift at one NSA location.
And how many NSA locations are there?
There's 6 in Fort Meade.
Okay. So does that mean that you're going to have a fleet of trucks at some point?
I don't need a fleet because I'm not greedy. I'm going to start building, like, I have relationships at the breweries. We're going to start there. And then we'll do 1 or 2 days at NSA since I already have the clearance from working on a truck. I love it. But I want other people to have this information. It's not about me having a fleet. Somebody watching might have
you could have a fleet and then lease it out to them. You know, go ahead and have it, and then you can have it all branded and create your fleet all over, and they can rent it from you.
Or
That's a whole nother conversation.
They can find me on Twitter and message me, and I can help walk them through the process, and they can just give me a finder's fee for the information.
Well, I think it's really fascinating that you've identified this as an opportunity. So when you're going out, how do you store the food? I mean, those trucks are compacted, right?
They are compacted. So before you load the truck, you have to have a relationship with someone for commercial kitchen. The food truck I worked on had a relationship with a location that had a commercial kitchen. When I do get my truck, I have a local church that's into 1217, like everything that I do, that's already committed to letting me store the truck and my produce.
Okay.
You load the truck, because it's the refrigerator things aren't running when the truck's not on. So you have to load it as you prepare to go, and it has to stay on the entire time for any of the stove, the refrigerator, any of that, the water, anything to work. Everything has to be happening when the truck is running. If the truck's not running, nothing is happening.
Okay.
It's like putting produce in a dead refrigerator.
Right. Okay. So you've got to keep it moving so that everything stays at the temperature it needs to be at, right?
And anything that you don't sell, if you need it to stay a certain temperature to get back to storage, you have to keep it running, or you have to throw it away.
That's so it's one and the end. You can't play around with the food. So
right, and you have a limited amount of space. This is not a commercial kitchen. This is the back of essentially a school bus, right?
Okay.
So you have to be very intentional about which ingredients you do choose to put in, which ones you don't. What can you afford to lose? How much did it cost? If you didn't sell it and you have to bring it back, or you can't bring it back and you have to throw it away, it's a lot of math involved in it as well. It's not. I love it for the food part for me but I come from a math world. I used to count votes. But I wouldn't recommend anybody to like go into this business and think it's just about making good food.
Right.
You have to be able to like scale.
You have to really need to know how to cook.
You have to know cost, like your ingredients versus what you're gonna price it at, what you can afford to lose and not be in the red. There's a mathematics to it. How many ounces of this meat at this cost are in your serving? Because I know how many ounces, like nobody ever sees me with a measuring cup, but I know how much of what is in what when I price my stuff.
So when you think of your menu, are your hours, do they include like a breakfast and lunch or just dinner, or how do you schedule your locations for people to meet you?
When I do pop-ups, it's just about whatever the energy is of the event. The food truck itself is gonna be Cat's Kitchen, like my brunch bus. I'm just doing brunch all day. It's my favorite meal. It is the one where you can experiment the most and do the most fun things. I can
Like what?
Like oxtails and grits.
What? Wait a minute. Oxtail. I ain't never heard of no oxtail and grits. Really?
Yes.
You ain't never cooked them for me at home before.
You don't be here every day that I cook. You be here a lot of those days, but not all the days.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I'm having a lot of fun reinventing like food videos I see on TikTok and Tasty and these other food apps. So like fried grits with shrimp and a cream sauce, and like you make the grits and they are fried in like a little, it looks more like a hoe cake, but it's not. Yes, it's so fantastic. And you got the crispy edges plus the grits with the shrimp. It's fun.
I know that salmon that you made the other day was really good. So let's talk about that.
Oh, the salmon cakes. So that menu was an ode to my maternal grandmother, right? So my mom's parents were the ones who helped raise me because my parents were in politics. I spent a lot of time with them. And food makes it triggers memories for some people. So when I did salmon cakes the first week, 2 weeks ago when I was there, it struck up this conversation on Twitter, and it started making people remember family. They were like, oh, I haven't had a salmon cake since my aunt passed or my grandmother passed.
Yeah.
And so I built this week's menu around what my grandmother used to just call summer dinner. Like it was too hot to be in the kitchen all day. Something quick. We had a couple cans of salmon in the pantry. My grandfather would go out in his garden and bring in fresh corn and tomatoes and onions and peppers. And I didn't include okra because I don't like it, but he did. And she would just make some salmon cakes and fry some corn and slice some tomatoes. And it would
I
be
love it.
dinner.
I love it.
And it would
Well,
be dinner.
and it is good. And it is good. You know, I think too that when we think about these food trucks, they have followings of people
Mm-hmm.
that meet them. So, you know, I walk all over everywhere all the time. And you can, I'm sorry?
Don't I know?
Yes, you do. I know, I walk all over Baltimore, y'all. It don't matter what time of the day, what time of the night. I'm just out walking. So, but when you see these food trucks, which is really interesting, they have lines of people, and you can see that these trucks go in different locations. So, do you have like a schedule at times that you're going to be in certain places, or how
I
does that
don't
work?
yet. I don't yet, but I
Mhm,
will
mhm.
when we're ready for that phase. Right now, we're still doing pop ups, and I'm thankful to my brick and mortar friends who are allowing me to come occupy their space until I get the truck just to keep building the brand. The merchandise is going to be available in a few weeks on the website. We're finishing the website. We bought the domain name. And so you'll be able to buy a shirt or apron or some oven mitts, and just get ready. And when the truck gets here, everyone will know. But in the meantime, just, you got to catch me when I come outside.
Well, I think it's really wonderful because, you know, for you to leave something like politics, and you were intimately involved, you've been intimately involved in the political arena for a long time since I've known you. And for you to make this major switch to warming one's tummy opposed to having to painfully deal with who's going to win this this time, that's a huge difference.
But
But
you know
it's
what
but it's
else?
peaceful.
But you know what else is that I'm one of the few people who have been in politics this long that came out unscathed,
Yes.
right? And so the blessing is that a
Yeah.
number of the people who have supported me in this endeavor are former elected officials, current elected officials, former candidates, people I worked on campaigns with. I mean, just yesterday, I got a text from a councilman about coming to do food at a community event for him because he felt bad for missing the pop-up on Wednesday, and so I left that world, but I didn't leave my people.
Right.
Right. I'm
That's
still a
right.
member of community, and I helped a number of my friends get elected, and I'm incredibly proud of the work that they do. Right. And so the fact that they pour back into me and they let me have this break, right? They're not joking like, oh, Cat, but can you no, like, how do I come eat? How do
That's
I
right.
get you to come cook for my constituents? They let me be me in the space I want to be in right now. And everybody doesn't get that blessing. And I am extremely thankful.
Well, and you know, it's because of what you pour in. If you pour into a community, you're going to receive from the community. And you have done that. You've been involved in our community. And for us to see you go from the political environment to now becoming an entrepreneur is really wonderful. And I'm very, very excited for you. What I'd like for us to be also on your, when you get your website, to be able to put the calendar of where you're going to be and when you're going to be in a certain neighborhood so that we can follow you and be able to have the time when we can
We're
go and
gonna
get
be
that
able to
great
do
food.
we're gonna be able to do that really soon. Like it's coming, but haste makes waste.
Yes.
I like slow progress because I like longevity and sustainability. I don't want to be a flash in the pan. So I've been doing pop-ups publicly since 2016 at this point. It's a progression because for a lot of people, I'm branded in their mind as politics
Correct.
and media.
Correct.
Right? Like I'm
Yes.
only here tonight for you. I haven't been on air about anything. I don't want to talk about anything,
I
not
know.
even the new endeavors, right? Just because it's so expected to see me in this box.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And
but
I
I like
need
this
a
new.
new box.
But I love this new space that you've created for yourself. And ladies and gentlemen, I like to say this because I have eaten a lot of her food. And a lot of her food. And she's an excellent chef. So I need to say that out loud. So for her to make this decision, because we've been talking about this off and on for a long time, and to see that you finally said, yeah, this is what I'm getting ready to do is huge. And making a decision to be an entrepreneur and in the food business is a big step because you've got the whole infrastructure. You got to get all those licensed. You got to do all these different things in order to make certain everything is right. But the beauty is that I know that here in Baltimore, we're going to be looking forward to that truck stopping. In the meantime, we know where we can find you, where you're cooking on a special day or something. But this food truck business is really huge. I see you doing something where all of a sudden we're going to look up and there's going to be a fleet of Cat's Kitchens going around all over, not only Baltimore but beyond. I see it. It could become it could become like a franchise for real. So
Okay. Listen, it happened for Pinky. It's
right.
Slim Vegan.
Mm-hmm.
West Baltimore does breed magical Black women.
That's exactly
I'll receive that if that's what you want to speak over me. I can't say that's been in my vision yet, but I won't say that it can't be there.
That's exactly right. But I see that. And too often, we do a thing, but what is important is also it's the person, and it's what the person gives to a community, to their fan base, or to their audience, or to the people who are there buying their products. They're recipients of what you create. And that is what's critical, because that's how businesses stay in business, by doing what people want and giving people what they're asking for. And we love your food.
Food is my happy place. I turn my music on. I have my ingredients. I know what I want it to look like, what I want it to smell like, what I want it to taste like. And then y'all let me know if I did it right or not, if I actually made my vision come to fruition.
Well, when we go back and take the plate and go get some more, already. That is good.
I have a cousin who doesn't eat mushrooms by any standard, but if I make my cream of mushroom soup or my stuffed mushrooms, she's willing to make a mushroom exception for me. I love when I make people like ingredients that they swore off
that we would never eat.
Yeah, because I use them properly. And I was a performance poet professionally before I was in politics. Very few people know that. I used to host open mic venues in Baltimore. I performed with some of the most world-renowned poets now. I know Dream Hampton. I know Jessica Care Moore. I performed in Brooklyn, the Bronx. So there's a whole other side that people still don't know. They don't even do politics or food. But the artist in me, the food is an art. And I want all the senses immersed. And I want all the joy invoked the same way that when I would deliver a great piece, it would make other sisters come hug me and say, I felt that. Mm-hmm. Like art makes you want to elicit love and reciprocation.
But, I think it's also about you as an individual and people loving you and loving your spirit, because you are open to people. And you're kind to people, and you're not dismissive unless they mess with you the wrong way. Pity.
I knew this was going left real fast. It was a lot of superlatives. It was a butt coming.
Well, we're too much alike. So, it takes one to know one. But I think that one of the things that's really key here is looking at let's back into some young people that you are mentoring that I just met that has Donuts to Go.
Okay.
Would you talk about those little girls? They can't be 12 or 13.
You called it Donuts to Go, but it's the company name is Lemontopia.
Okay.
And Jamaria and Jazara, who are sisters, make vegan donuts and fresh made lemonade. Now that was their mother who was with the one daughter when you met them Wednesday.
Okay.
It's so funny. Everybody kept thinking they were sisters. One is the mother and one was the daughter.
I didn't realize that. They look like sisters.
That's what everybody said. The mother was actually my daughter, Sayla's homeschool teacher during COVID.
Oh.
She's a former Baltimore City Public Schools teacher. That was her oldest daughter, Jamaria. And so they vend at different community events. They are really awesome girls. Their mom supports them. And obviously, because they come out of our village and they're some of our babies, we support them. They were there to support me on the pop-up night and just mentioned that they had just come from another vending event and had donuts left over. And I'm like, listen, everybody in this room who has gathered for me will support you because you are a beautiful Black child entrepreneur. And you all showed up and showed out, and she sold out the rest of her donuts.
I love it.
They were
good.
That's how a village is supposed to work. We pour into each other, and you always look back to who you can reach behind and teach to and pull with you, and just pour into the baby.
So are you going to have the donuts on the truck? You're selling the donuts from the food truck?
No, so because they're vegan, they have a very short shelf life. That's not something that would be ideal with her school schedule as still being a minor and a student.
Okay.
But at specialty events when we vend, absolutely.
All right. Well, it looks like our segment is over. Thank you so much for taking the time to come on. I cannot wait for the next round of food. I'll probably just walk on over to your house and get something in the next day or so.
Well, you know you're always welcome. And thank you all for having me.
Thank you, darling. And next time when you get the truck, I want you to be able to send it so we can I'm going to have a couple of ideas you need to talk about offline. So congratulations, ma'am. I'm very excited and proud of you.
Thank you.
Catalina Bird, this is my sister from another mother. So thank you for having us. All right, Tyrone, you closing us out? I can't hear you.
I want to say thank you, guys. Thank you, Ms. Bird. Thank you, Ms. Jules. And before you guys are dismissed, Ms. Jules, where can people get your information and get in contact with you?
Okay, so WKIM Media Network .MarshaJews@gmail. So that's my email.
And Ms. Bird, how can people get in touch with you?
If you, I don't want to sound arrogant, but if you just Google me or look on any social media platform, I don't have any monikers. I am myself on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Facebook. All my socials are public.
What's Threads?
The alternative to Twitter, just in case Elon kills it.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm me on every platform, and I mean that as humbly as possible.
Well, thank you. We appreciate both of you for a great conversation. And remember, genius is coming, and we'll see you on the other side.
Thanks so much for having us.
I am Black business. From the moment I wake until the time I sleep. Yes, I am Black business. I am Black business. Tell me, are you Black business? I am Black business. Do you support Black businesses? Listen, I support Black business because I am Black business. Black Business Expo, one of the largest business showcases in the history of Black business in the world. The world. Sign up today at www.blackbusinessexpousa.com or call 919-308-9090. I am Black business.
How many times have you been asked to help someone you didn't even know, a student, a business entrepreneur? Or did you ever even ask, where did they end up? That business, that friend, that entrepreneur. Well, just maybe they ended up in a gang, bankrupt, homeless, or worse, dead. Maybe they turned to crime, drugs, and alcohol. Did you ever wonder? Did you destroy their dream, or was your life always so easy? At the Black Business Olympics, we started a movement to help students complete. Give them hope and foster success. Help them to leave their dreams of providing laptops, computers, and up to $5,000 in scholarship funds. Today, we ask you to help a student, a business owner, or an entrepreneur to realize their dream by sponsoring them, supporting them, and buying from them. Consider this. With $1.6 trillion in our Black community, we only ask for a small donation for our students, our businesses, and our entrepreneurs. And you can change a life today. So I ask you, what are you going to do? Sit on the sideline and watch our students in high school be leaders, miss out on their dream from lack of resources? Or are you going to donate to the movement and change their future and yours as well? Give us a call today at 919-308-9090. Change their life by investing with action to the Black Business Olympic Fund. The Black Business Olympics, one of the largest business showcases of Black business in the history of the world. Prepare for what's coming and dominate in economic winter. Stand strong and thrive by showcasing your great products and services globally through the Black Business Network and Black Business Olympics. The Black Business Network has showcased over 2,000 companies with over $7 billion in sales each year. Over 10 million attendees have viewed the rebroadcast each month. Through the Black Business Olympics, unique styles of business training and mentoring are turning students into business owners and entrepreneurial warriors who will dominate in any economy. Gain the ultimate advantage of the Black Business Olympics, 7 days of unbelievable topics and speakers speaking around the globe. Donate your time and experience to provide expertise and scholarships to students worldwide and change the world. Now, more than ever, new insights, tools, strategies, and capabilities are needed. This is your chance for a major presentation to the world. Fill out the form and join the more than 2,000 speakers who have presented to over 200 countries. Join the Black Business Network streaming live into the Metaverse, STEM City, Black Multiverse Enterprises, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Apple, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pod TV, IBM TV, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Sign up today. Spaces are limited, and we will see you there.